Do quick. I guarantee I'm gonna have like 8,000 controlling issues with keeping this up. Maybe not. Hopefully not. But that was a strange feeling. Might be a possibility. Right here. Ah! My god. Now I'm just like skipping pinball everywhere. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. And I haven't seen you touch that football all day today, and now you're finally getting into it. Weirdo. Goofy little mutt. What a goofy little doggo. There we go. The ball that most certainly is probably going to destroy the soul. When I was on my break earlier, it like knocked me the fuck out. I was like, so I have a feeling it's probably going to do that. Guess we'll see. They're not that bad. Oh my goodness. Alright, one more fucking work day. And then fucking Gefferlandia. It's gonna be great. Gonna be fucking great. But got one more fucking day. At least tomorrow's payday. Same Discord thing. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to check it out. So I was gonna wait until, you know, figured to pop in, move a look at it. See what it is. Is this one right here? Or is, oh, it's just a shadow. Oh, it's a dead. I thought there was something in it. I was like, what the fuck? That would have been a little slight moment of embarrassment, like, oh shit. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if actually that's happened once or twice. Something just like there and don't even notice it. Alright, like, why is it like every time I start these, I have to like readjust this fucking thing to make it like sit nice, even though I have it like decent, you know, when that's annoying. I just, if it wasn't for my fucking car, you know, getting jagged, I won't have to wait for that fucking bullshit. Like, I mean, I just have like getting our phone stand already, for fuck's sake. It's putting off because I've been just having to save my funds. So, boo. Boo. Oh, it's on a Twitter thing. Actually, speaking of Twitter, I definitely want to look at some of that shit, about Twitter today. Because there definitely was some pretty absurd, hilarious type of shit that was going down on Twitter today. Because of fucking Meatball Braun fucking, making this announcement. There, let's see. When a girl finally shows up to the pregame. Aww. Wait, hold on. You know what? I want this to... this has to, somehow be fucking... hold on. I gotta make this, a line... Stop playing. Fuck you. Oh, man. I want this to somehow play in line, Damn it. It would actually fit. How do I do it? Motherfuck. Do I have to just, Do I have to just, let it play out, I think? Yeah. Wait, there we go. Damn it. No, I can't do it like that either. Fuck. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna try to make this work. We're gonna try to do a little meme format here. Okay. Well, that... Damn it. It won't. Fuck. Oh, wait a minute. I could do it like this. Yeah. Not to be clear. Okay. Well, I just want it to be its own little... Okay, god damn it. Motherfucker. I have to, Fuck! Then it does that, though, when I... okay, I'm not gonna be able to do it. And... we'll have to let it replay, though. Okay, and boom. Okay, this actually works. Damn. Go, little squirrel, bro. Dude, that actually worked. Alright, I had to fibble-fubble with it a little bit, but it actually worked. Angus McFife the squirrel, dude. Squirrel McFife just out there, just Rah! Okay, that actually fucking worked. Alright. I was able to make it work. Took me a second, though. And also, that is actually a funny, little weird meme format. There, here, let me try to see if I can find it. There. Yeah, Angus McFife meme. Here, let me see if I can find a good one here. Alright. Well, here, I know there's at least a few compilations. Not that many, though. Here, we'll use this one. Okay, here we go. It starts off of a good one. It's basically like Sabaton's for the gates of hell as we make our way to heaven for the Nazi lines. Primo Victor. It's like that meme, but it's just Angus McFife instead. Because that's also because that it's pretty much the same type of format. Victoria meme. Does not show the memes. It does not show the memes. It's showing all their videos, but not the memes. Damn. No memes. No mas. No mas on the memes. Damn. Classic cone grip. Oh, you see this too? You saw this as well?
Have you? Yeah. This cheeky little sparrowhawk has just tried to kill my birds.
Cheeky little sparrowhawk.
Learn his lesson.
He learned his lesson.
Naughty little sparrowhawk. Come here.
I love that too. It's fuck what, mate? Bird tried to flick his little wing at him. It's you fucking what, mate? I fucking cut you. I'd say, yo, what? You're goddamn nonce.
Have you been killing any? Right.
That bird looked a little traumatized, though. It's just oh, fuck. Human. I have been caught. I mean, it looks like a little baby hawk. I mean, I guess it is a hawk, but, I mean, yeah, I like how it looks like a cute little baby hawk, though. Like a little mini one. Like a little mini-me version of the one we saw the other day, last Thursday. I still kind of can't get over that. I mean, seeing that fucking hawk was actually legit really fucking badass. Here, we're playing that fucking song again. What elemental phoenix would you want to be, speaking of birds? Like, elemental-wise? Probably, honestly, probably, I would assume, like, Earth, you know, would be, you know, an option for sure. Because that'd mainly be, like, you know, my option if I could. Like an Earth-based type of fucking, like, you know. I mean, I'm assuming, like, I could probably be, like... I have to kind of think about this one, actually. Because they all come with pros and cons a little bit. I mean, Fire Spree, like, I mean, that's, like, stereotypical. Like, everyone knows about that. You'd rise from the ground anew. You know what? Honestly, yeah, dude, I like that. I mean, honestly, in a way, it's just like because you rise from the ground and the organic life that comes from Earth itself. I mean, it all kind of, you know, ties into the whole idea of life and shit and the, you know, cycle of it. You know what? Yep, I'm sticking with it. Like an Earth-based elemental phoenix. Yep. The earthly phoenix. I mean, I kind of dig it. This including subcategories, fat case, water might be the best option because that's 3 states of matter you can be in. Yeah, I mean, basically like a gas, liquid, or a solid. Earth will also include metals, so what about wind? Well, wind, I would imagine, probably can include some other, like, gases as well. Like, you know, kind of broadly a catch-all of different gases, too. Because, like, wind is basically just, like, the different gases and elements, like oxygen, nitrogen, stuff, just moving around, you know, in the atmosphere. So, like, wind would basically just be, like, essentially, like, gaseous elements, if you think about it. You know, so, I mean, you could basically kind of, like, come anew as, like, some sort of gaseous form, almost like a nebula, like a living, like, sentient nebula. That would actually be pretty fucking badass, actually, now that you think about it. Look like some sort of, like, you know, cosmic nebula, like, projection. And it looks like a nebula almost. Without all the stars and shit part of it, but all, like, the dense, like, gaseous, you know, like, form, just, like, really dense and just, like, you know, like, really heavily condensed and heated, you know, like a nebula would be. Because it is basically is a nebula. It's just, like, a bunch of gas that's heated up and shit. That's all, that's just in, you know, a chunk of space, you know, from leftover dead star matter. So, I mean, it would fit. So, honestly, I'm digging it. I can dig it. I like it. Hang on, weed phoenix? A phoenix of weed? I could see that, too, a little bit. I mean, that would actually kind of be on the earth, you know, element, you know, a little bit. Please shoot you, then you can come back in a bird shape with a cloud of pot smoke. I mean, I could do that, too, or also even become, you know, back as, like, a literal, like, plant of marijuana, like a super mega, like, sentient, like, almost like an Audrey 2, but weed. So feed me your dopamine as I absorb you and make you go into an endless giggle fit. An endless stoner giggle fit to where you actually die. Because we all have had those, like, stoner giggle fits where you're laughing so hard to the point where you're basically just, you know, just, like, wheezing. Like, you know, to the point where you're just, like, you feel like you're essentially dying because you're hurting too, because it's like it's just so intense with how much you're laughing. I feel like if anyone's been enough of a stoner, they've had that situation happen to them, and I have certainly have had that situation before, actually at least a couple times. And it's like, but instead of recovering from that, with my element, no, you just die. That's how you die. At least you die laughing. It's actually very Joker-esque. Die with a smile on your face. Goddamn. Get a little Joker, Jokerish, with this. I like it. What about Audrey 1? I don't know. Tell that to the guy who made fucking The House of Horrors. Because, I mean, I would assume maybe a failed experiment. Then Audrey 2 was a success. I just realized I got a busy ass fucking weekend coming up. Got that FurryCon, and then I have to go to fucking Seattle and hang out there for a night and then come back. Oh my fucking god. I wouldn't really be as stressed about it if I like didn't lose the wallet a while back. Now I'm sitting here like fuck. I guess in a way I have less shit to worry about. And honestly, I'm having a fun little time talking to people about my passport. Because honestly, no one, like, I don't know what it is, but I guess nobody can figure out, like, where the expiration date on my passport is. Because I got it in 2018, which, by the way, if it expired in 2018, I would have gotten a passport in 2008. I would have been a child. Like, I mean, so, that doesn't even make sense, and I kind of find it funny, when, like, I point that out, and they're like, oh, wait, so where is it? And I'm, like, literally look directly below it. I do kind of find it a little funny. It's just, like, I mean, it's happened multiple times. At the concert I went to, and the lady IDing me said the same thing. I was at the dispensary, same shit there. Like, I mean, even at the Sevies, like, when I got my IPAs, again, same thing. It's just like, fuck. Like, I mean, it's like, does no one, like, does no one really ever, like, whip that out as, like, a form of ID? I guess not. Because you never really need it, at least especially if you're domestically a citizen here. But, well, unfortunately I need to. At least I have it. I'm just genuinely happy I do have it. Because I wouldn't have been able to go to concert. I probably wouldn't be able to go to, like, do any of the things I've been wanting to do. So, I'm really glad I have that fucking silver lining. Because I really would have been fucking pissed. Because once I realized, the silver lining about, like, having the shit that I do, I'm like, oh, okay, it's not that bad. And plus, everything's replaceable anyway. And my idea was going to expire this year. So, I mean, it sucks, but it really wasn't that, horrible of a scenario that happened. It was just a bunch of fuck-ups, frankly. That's really just all what it was. Embarrassing fuck-ups, but nonetheless, that's what they were. So, but, I mean, I'm more just butthurt about the wallet. That's just literally it. Like, the material things in it are, for all intents and purposes, replaceable. You have to pull some National Treasure shit where you hold it or can reveal the expiration date. And it says, there's an underground tomb in Las Vegas. Dude, I mean, honestly, if, like, my passport held, like, some sort of secret, like, map or some shit to, like, some tomb that had, like, some hidden gold or some shit. Dude. I mean, bruh. Yeah. I mean, I would be going on some, like, Nicolas Cage adventures, trying to find that shit. I want to go to Vegas anyway, and if DFF actually, sets a date, for their Vegas meetup, I'm actually gonna try to do that. I'll fucking fly there or take a trip. I don't care how I get there. I'm gonna fucking do that somehow. Even if it's by myself, if none of my friends go, fuck them. Like, I mean, they all want to go to Vegas too, so, I don't see why they wouldn't want to go. Even if they don't go to the meetup, like, that's up to them. I want to go to the meetup. If they all want to go to Vegas for whatever reasons they want to, fine. I'm going for a meetup and maybe a little gambling. So, I mean, that'd be my goal. As soon as I find out the date for the meetup, I'm going to demand, basically, from my homies to be like, hey, we all want to go to Vegas, right? We have a date, and we're going to be committing to this shit. And if not, then fuck you guys, I'm doing it. Dude, it's like, I literally will just do it by myself then. Just like the Seattle trip. Which honestly, I'm a little butthurt too about how, like, no one wanted to tag along with me on that. I'm just like, fucking really? Not even someone with a vehicle, so I don't have to take a fucking train and spend a night up there, but okay, whatever. I guess I'm just saying fuck you, you know, and just YOLOing it. Just going YOLO mode with that one. If I somehow find myself in Vegas, plan, get stoned and hit a buffet hard. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I mean, I'm most certainly gonna do that. I mean, I'm not like a hardcore gambler, but I'm a little bit of a gambler guy. You know, I like to gamble occasionally. You know, I'm a lot more of a moderate about, you know, gambling and shit, but I find it fun, you know, like, I mean, but I mean, like, I want to go to, like, poker, you know, some roulette, blackjack. I want some, like, fucking, like, some good gambling games. So, like, I don't want, like, some slot bullshit. Fuck that. And I don't want, like, some machine. Fuck that, too. I want, like, you know, actual people there. I want to see, you know, a car dealer right in front of me. I want the real, like, authentic shit. Like, and Vegas got that shit. So, it's like, I mean, if I'm gonna gamble, I want to have the true sense of it. I don't want this weird, like, you know, you get a video game poker slot thing. It's like, fuck that. Like, I go to, like, different bars or go to different places and you can gamble there and shit, and because they have those type of machines where you can play poker or blackjack and shit, but it's like, man, bullshit, fuck that shit. Like, those machines are calculated and computed mathematically, so it makes it pretty much damn near impossible to actually really fucking win, outside of once in a blue moon. Like, I mean, especially if it's in, like, some bar, like the Waterhill I go to play pool most of the time. Like, if, you know, like if I say, hey, I'm going to play pool or some shit. Like, it's, or, you know, like, whatever fuck, it's literally just around the corner. They got, like, 3 different little gambling machines. Like, one of them is a slot, one of them's a poker, one of them's a blackjack. You know, it's just one of each. And I don't think I've seen anybody win a thing. Like straight up. You know, so it's just like, I mean, it's like, those machines are fucking bullshit. Like, if I want, like, you know, to actually gamble, I want a real fucking table. Like, I want to, like, see a real roulette table. I want to see an actual blackjack table. I want to see some people around in an actual Texas Hold'em game. Like, I want the genuine shit. Like, I mean, that's why I don't really gamble, because, like, any opportunities I really do have, you know, for gambling is via, like, computer-based, like, slots or some shit like that. And it's like, it's like, fuck that. Outside of that, it's just with my friends, and we don't really gamble that much. We'll just, like, throw a couple bucks, or be like, hey, the person who loses first has to buy people beers or something, you know, or some shit like that. It's not really, like, gambling, so to speak, but there's kind of a little bit of it. Because obviously, I mean, you know, like, if you lose, then you have to spend your money on buying everyone beers, you know, or some shit like that. So it's, you know, in a way, there is some gambling going on, but it's not really a traditional sense. It's just like hanging out with the boys, basically. So, the best part is that you can be goated if you're stoned. Oh, so you don't want a chance to win, pussy? And sober, man, you're like, man, the fuck you say? But stoned, you can go, man, whatever. Takes another puff. Yeah, for real. Yeah, I think that's like, you know, something that would be my plan if I go there. Just get hella lit and stoned before going to a casino, so I don't get all a little tense. And then, you know, maybe have myself a little mixed drink, and don't, you know, go excessive with it. Just have 1 or 2, and then just, like, sit there at the poke table and just, like, hang out and shit. And just, like, observe for the first game, second game, pop in, you know. So the first game, so I can at least kind of get an idea, observe, and, you know, get the vibe, see how people are and shit. And then, you know, once, like, the game's over, then the next one's going down, then, you know, put myself in there. And then just, like, you know, just chill with it. Because honestly, especially for something like Texas Hold'em, like, I mean, there's definitely kind of a lot of luck of the cards, so to speak, depending on what you're given. But, I mean, if you know what you're doing, even with, like, a bad hand, you could potentially win. I mean, it's just all, like, not just necessarily skill, but also a little bit of human psychology. In fact, a lot of human psychology that goes into it. Because things like, you know, making a bluff and shit like that. Because if you got a bad hand, as long as you feel like, you know, your bad hand is better than the other bad hand that your opponent has, then you can bluff them, and, you know, they either may fold, or you might just have the ever so slightly better hand. You know, just despite that. You know, so there's, you know, a little bit of, you know, like, playback, you know, forth, and, you know, like a little bit of a analyzation of other people, kind of like trying to see what they're thinking about almost. It's very, like, analytical and, like, psychoanalysis, like, when it comes to poker. And that's why I love it so much. Because I kind of like, you know, because it gives you an excuse to really just, like, stare at somebody. To, like, you know, kind of get an idea, you know, just like, do you got a good hand? Do you got something that you're not good, you know, feeling good about? What do you got? You look like you probably got a bad hand. You know, just like these subtle little things where you just kind of like look around a little bit. You know, just those type of things. You know, it's like it gives you a good excuse, because if you stare at people, like, usually beyond that, like, I mean, you know, there's a lot of like, what the fuck you looking at, bruh? But like in certain games like Texas Hold'em Poker, there's you know, you can kind of get away. Obviously, you can't do it for, you know, for too long. You can't just like stare at somebody. In a way, that might actually be a good intimidation tactic. I don't know, to be like bluff them and fold them, and maybe it's like, why do you keep staring at me, bro? What, do you think you got a good hand or something? It's like, fuck around, yeah. Folding, jeez. Or some shit. I don't know, you know, it's like, depending on, like, it just kind of depends on, like, you know, how people go with it. But that's why I love Texas Hold'em so much, because, I mean, depending on who you might interact with, you know, in the game and shit, because usually, you know, people are coming and going almost in a lot of ways. Like, you know, you might get, like, you know, some interesting characters sometimes. Whatever you do, don't gamble with anyone wearing either an all-red suit or a red suit with a black shirt underneath, especially if they want to sign a contract beforehand. And no, the ghostly whispers are not your imagination. Oh, because I think I know what you're talking about. Well, what if I want to gamble with them? I mean, I like gambling with good dudes like that. They're the most interesting of characters. I mean, hell, in some part, those are the people I'm talking about. When it comes to those interesting characters, I mean, it's like, I mean, you want it, you know, you want a motherfucker looking like that, because it's like, ooh. It's like, oh shit. It's like, what we got going on here now? Oh, here, let me play more music. I don't have anything being played in the background. God damn it. Yeah. You'll be sent to Gambler Hell. That's Chuck E. Cheese. When it's really Bradley Kid's birthday. Oh no, dude! Don't even. No, okay. I mean, I don't even think goddamn fucking Pinhead would even do that to the motherfucker. I don't even think Pinhead would do that. Okay, maybe that guy's got some bad vibes. He's a king of California. I like how the song is kind of like it's like kind of a little bit of a Easter egg to Conan the Barbarian / Arnold Schwarzenegger. Not even kidding. Riding from the silver screen onto the battlefields. What does that sound like? Also came from a faraway land and came to California. His age, the greatest sorcerer that ever walked the land. If you ever met this man, you should understand. Do you have a show you watch you really can't call good, but there's just some really good moments in it that are enough for you to justify your continued viewing of it? You know, like, I don't even know if it's still a thing anymore, but it was like this little mini series. It was basically like a stoner, like, live sitcom show, basically. Like, you know how there's like family sitcoms? This is like the stoner version of it. I forgot what it was called, honestly, but it was on Netflix. And it only lasted for like 3 seasons. I think it was only meant to legitimately, like, it was meant to only be like a one-off season, because the end of the first season was literally the fucking DEA fucking busting the dispensary that they had. My Name is Earl. No, My Name is Earl is legitimately like a good show, honestly. Like, I remember, yeah, that show's generally a good show. That's why I wasn't thinking about that one. I'm forgetting the name. I think it was called, it had like some marijuana name in it. I think it was like, oh my god, what the fuck was it? Maybe if I looked up weed Netflix show, it would show. Netflix show. What was it called? Oh, Disjointed. That was the name of the show. It was called Disjointed, which starred Kathy Bates. And honestly, like, I mean, the show was a little, like, overtly, like, ridiculously cheesy. And frankly, I mean, for all intents and purposes, kind of dumb. But it was kind of meant to be like that. You know, it was a little schlocky purposely. Like, and honestly, you know, a lot of the episodes weren't necessarily great at all. But there was enough in, like, you know, the episodes and the overall show, like, of Disjointed, where I'm like, alright, you know, I'll keep watching it. It only, like I said, I think only lasted for, like, 2 or 3 seasons, so it wasn't really, like, a long show, but, like, I mean, there's nothing really about it that, you know, outside of it just being a stoner-themed sitcom that really makes it special. I mean, even then, most of the jokes, not all of them, actually there are legitimately some pretty good jokes and bits, but most of them are legitimately kind of cheesy and cliche and just, you know, but it was enough. I mean, there's enough there for me personally where it kept me you know, it kept me from, you know, like, being turned away from it. Like, I kept watching it. Because like I said, there was enough there for me to generally, like, actually enjoy a little bit. Never forget. Raising Hope, Nutshot for canceling. My Name is Earl. Oh, I think I know this scene.
My name is Earl! That was $8 presidents ago! I loved it!
I love it. That's for canceling. My Name is Earl, bitch. And I love how he's like, I actually liked it, you dick. Fuck you. Oh, damn. Rip City saying not going to get a break until 4 a.m., if at all. Damn. Dude, what was my boy Rip City having to deal with? Hold on. I want to say something. I want to see if you'll be able to respond with me being like, what the fuck is going on with your workplace, bro? Damn. Apparently, the pilot of that show wraps up. My Name is Earl through a news report saying he finished the list. Oh, nice. So, Raising Hope actually kind of it's based in the same universe as that. Dude, that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I deadass didn't even realize that. Because I've seen some episodes of Raising Hope, and I thought that was an alright show, too. It was good. But I didn't even notice that. Oh my god, there was literally another sitcom on Netflix that's marijuana-based called Grass is Greener. Oh my fucking god, dude. Wow, there really were a lot of stoner schlock on Netflix, wasn't there? Oh, got an update. Rip came back with the update. What did he say? They added extra shit to schedule without canceling the stuff we already had. I tried to go on break at 11, but nope. Damn! So, just out of nowhere, they're like, oh, hey, you got some stuff you gotta deal with, like your usual shift, right? Well, guess what? There's like 8,000 extra shit for you to deal with now. Wow, dude. Damn. Got fucked on that one. Damn. Rip. That's all I'm just gonna say to him. Because, damn. Rip. What you're playing, Danny, was actually supposed to be Earl meeting people whose list he is on, and throwing away his list because he realizes he finally put more good in the world. Huh. You know, honestly, that would have been a really nice ending. Because knowing Earl, is funny enough, like, I grew up with my mom watching that show. Like, I watched that show with my mom a lot. Like, because my mom loved that show, too. And for some reason, she was okay with me, you know, as a kid watching it. I don't know why, because there's a lot of adult-based themes and shit in a lot of ways where I, you know, probably as, like, an 8-year-old or some shit, probably shouldn't necessarily have been, you know, like, around, but evidently my mom didn't really give that one major iota of a fuck. She was honestly very, pick and choosy about, like, you know, what I was, like, you know, exposed to. And if there's stuff that she liked, she was way more okay with me checking it out, honestly. And yeah, so, I mean, deadass, like, I, you know, watched My Name is Earl a lot, you know, growing up. And, you know, and from what I remember of it, like, the dude deadass, like, you know, was out there trying to be, you know, was basically just kind of, from what I remember, and maybe I'm a little wrong, I mean, to be fair, because it's been such a long time since I've seen My Name is Earl. But, you know, so maybe I am a little wrong on it. But from what I do remember, you know, it's just like, he just kind of reminded me of, like, this kind of blue-collar, working-class, or at least former working-class kind of, you know, schlubby dude, but they wanted to, like, you know, like, genuinely be like, I want to at least, you know, do a little bit more than just, like, you know, be just, like, this stereotypical, just, like, random motherfucker or whatever. Like, I actually want to try to do a little bit of good. And with that comes with a lot of, like, misfoibles and adventures and all sorts of other crazy shit, but nonetheless, like, he was out there, you know, like, you know, wanted to do a little bit more besides just be kind of a part of the grind, basically, you know, like, or just kind of be, like, the end result of it, because, you know, he was kind of like an older dude, like, what, if I remember, what, did he live in, like, a fucking trailer, if I remember correctly, or some shit, or, like, a pretty, you know, rundown, like, apartment or a house or some shit, like I said, it's been a long while since I've seen a show, you know, like I said, I might be a little wrong, but all in all, though, like, I mean, like, you know, like, the whole point of the list was to be like, you know, let me try to kind of either, like, make amends or, you know, either with those people or at least just with my fucking self. Lived in a motel room. So he was essentially homeless. Yeah. Well, that's even worse. So, you know, but you know, proving my point, you know, it's to certain, you know, in both ways, I think. You know, that, yeah, I don't remember a lot of the show, but nonetheless, you know, there's definitely a lot of things that still click with me. It was real. I need to get back. I honestly should watch that again. You know, because like I only really watched it growing up. You know, when I was watching it when my mom did. So, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of episodes that I, you know, like never really seen at all. Or I'm sure there's probably a lot of seasons I haven't even seen most of. So, you know, there's definitely, like, a lot of, you know, things I need to kind of get back into, and now that, honestly, you mentioned it, My Name is Earl is definitely one of the shows. And I honestly think I will understand a lot more of the commentary and themes about the show, you know, now that I'm an adult. So, you know, because growing up as a kid, I honestly was understanding a lot of the jokes and some of the just more overt raunchy humor and edginess and stuff like that, but not really, like, the commentary and shit. Like, I never really, you know, clicked with that much. But now as an adult, I probably will and really honestly understand and see a lot more of the value of the show. So, other than Earl, who has the best development? I don't even know, man. I mean, it's like I said, it's been a long while since I've seen the show, so I really couldn't tell you. I'd say maybe his friend Randy to an extent, because, yeah, like, I mean, he kind of acts dumb, but he's not, like, you know, just, like, you know, stupid for the sake of just being an over dumbass. Like, I mean, he's kind of, like, you know, a little aloof, but, you know, he is, like, capable of, like, having introspection and shit like that. Joy? I can see that. I don't really remember much of her, honestly, but I can see that, though. Because I do kind of remember her being very, you know, like, poignant about, like, a lot of different, you know, aspects of the plot that didn't really click with me growing up and shit, but I do remember her being very, prominent in a lot of the shows, or at least a lot of the episodes that I was watching. So I could definitely see that. I just, don't know all the specifics to that. Like I said, these are one, like, My Name is Earl is one of these shows I really need to, kind of jog my memory about a little bit. But as the seasons go on, you'll know some softening some. Well, yeah, because I think, she kind of realizes that, because in a way, I don't expect her to absolutely, do a total 180, you know what I mean? But, in a way, she kind of, has introspection of, now that you mentioned that, now I actually kind of see the selfishness character about that. Now that we're talking about, there are some things that are coming back to me a little bit, and I was barely kind of remembering Joy, but now I'm starting to remember a little bit. But yeah, she was selfish, but yeah, as you're saying, I do remember, as, the show kind of went on, that she would, not totally be, selfless, but she would at least have a little bit more of a balance to her selfishness almost. She would kind of recognize that, oh yeah, I, should at least give back at least a little bit. I should at least, kind of return something, to the world almost, in a sense, instead of just me. So she's definitely, has that progression as well. Honestly, a lot of characters have, different development in their own way, for sure. But I just, like I said, need to get back into that shit. Because I do honestly feel like I am partially talking out of my ass. I really do. I'm just going to be blunt with that. Crabman? I don't even remember that character. I think I do. Sounds familiar, actually. But, yeah. I don't really totally remember that guy. Black guy. Oh! Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, my God. I can't... Okay, I leave it to, the black guy to be oh, for me. Jesus Christ. But, no, now that you mention it, no, you're right. Because he's the, predominant, yeah, okay, yeah. Alright, so, again, I don't really remember much of him, though, but now I do remember him as a character, but I don't really know much of him. But now I remember who he is. Again, just shows I need to really get into the show again. That's the way the cracker crumbles. Wait. The cracker crumbles! It's true, though. Hey, the cracker did indeed crumble. It kind of did there for a second. At least it made me remember him. I remembered him, though. I was like, who? But you mentioned that, and I was like, oh, okay, I remember the character, but I just don't know much about him at all. I just recognized and remembered that he was there. Which I'm blaming on the fact that it's been a long time since I've seen the show. I refuse to say that it was anything else, okay? I'll die on that hill, I'm just saying. Man, what other fucking shows do I need to get into that I haven't seen in a long time? So My Name is Earl, I need to kind of go back into, watching some, the, stuff from my childhood a little bit. Because I want to see, rewatch the original Teen Titans, because, I haven't seen that in a long fucking time. And honestly, their dead ass is legit, some kind of adult themes and shit in there that I specifically remember, growing up, looking back at. So it's just I kind of want to, get back into that show a little bit. Because I'm sure I can easily find that around. What else? Honestly, I know Game of Thrones has, the last 2 seasons, especially the last one being garbage, but I really need to... I've only, seen in totality the first 2 seasons, not the rest of them. So I really need to just, get to just watching all of that shit. I need to watch Picard, which I know is on Paramount. Which apparently a lot of people are very mixed about. I hear either people love it or they fucking hate it. There's literally like no in between. So, for me personally, I'm probably going to be one of the people that love it, but that's just my opinion. At least for me. But, what's another one? You know, like, I remember, especially as a teenager growing up, like, I was, like, very invested in The Walking Dead, but I'm, like, so goddamn reluctant to, like, say that I want to try to, like, catch up from where I last left off of that, just to see how it went, because that went way longer than it should have. So, nah. I do want to, like, I think, what was a kind of spin-off, Fear of the Walking Dead or some shit like that? Where it's like basically, you know, it's just different people and just like set in a different area and shit. Which honestly, The Walking Dead should just do that. Like if they want to keep the whole zombie trope thing, you know, alive and good, they need to like have like, you know, mini series where they're in different locations and different time periods of like the whole fucking, you know, zombie apocalypse. You know, when it comes to The Walking Dead, at least in my opinion. Like that whole Fear of the Walking Dead, you know, was, you know, honestly a decent spin-off, you know, from what I remember of it. And honestly, they should have just done more of those. Like, just have different, you know, like, or make the Fear of the Walking Dead, like, every season, like, a different region and a different timeline, or you know, time frame, basically, of the whole apocalypse. Like, you know, set some, you know, in Georgia, set some in Oregon, set some in New York, even somewhere in Canada, even, you know? Like, I mean, like, honestly, you know, with a show premise like that, the world is literally your fucking oyster. Like, you could take that shit international, you know? You can make a season, you know, like, you know, based off of, you know, like, every episode being in different, you know, places in Europe or some shit, and how they had to deal with it. Because at least in the original Walking Dead, in the first season, from what I remember, France was technically the last country to kind of, like, hold out before the government totally collapsed because of the virus and shit. So, honestly, it would be really kind of interesting to see how, like, France reacts, you know, to the rest of the world collapsing, and they are kind of like the last bastion while still struggling to, you know, combat it. It would be really cool to see how they, you know, kind of fell, so to speak, you know, in all that. Being, like, one of the last countries, you know, at least in that, you know, universe. So, I mean, they could have done a lot more with it, frankly. Like, I feel like The Walking Dead needed more spin-offs than just prolonging the original series. Because that was just... that was bad. Or at least it just really badly fell off. All is right. What is this? Ooh. Is that Neapolitan ice cream, like, bar on a plate? Like, what... Is that what I'm looking at? Because that looks goddamn good. Or is that like a cake or something? I mean, what is that? It looks like a cake. But it also looks like ice cream. Oh, wait. No, it might be a cake. I think it is a cake. A Neapolitan cake? Ooh. Mmm. Yum. Sounds good. Anything about this basically segregation of ice cream flavors because chocolate and strawberry want to come together, but it's the white keeping them apart. Huh. Is that why the Neapolitan is like the way it is when it comes to that? Huh. I guess I would explain it. But then what about that one you just showed me though? Because the white is not, it's there on the bottom. Like the pink, the strawberry and the chocolate, like it ain't blended. I mean, maybe a little bit right there because it has like a little crook, but so did the other picture. Like there's some bleed, you know, in the other one too. This one actually has got far less bleed going on. If anything, the vanilla on that picture is actually bleeding more than the chocolate and the strawberry in that one. So, what the fuck? That's the exception. I guess it is. I guess it is an exception. Alright, Here, play Come On Tunes and check out some shit. See, whiteness bleeding and everything. I know, dude. We just literally appropriate and bleed into everything. We don't know what else to do, you know? Like, we look at other shit and we're like, alright, how do we appropriate, such bleed into this? And slowly but surely merge in with that. Like, I mean, it's like we don't know anything else better. I'm sorry. The council had nothing else, to fucking, think of. And I didn't have a voice because I'm not a part of the council. Which is why I want to overthrow it. Like, that's why I don't affiliate myself with them, because they suck. They're a bunch of fucking dingball fucking morons. And their consensuses are stupid. So, yeah. The 28 Days movies. Despite being zombies, is debatable. I could really only recommend the first one. 28 Days do straight up dumb shit. Oh, yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. And 28 Days Later, like, deadass is a fucking scary movie. And a really good one. But, 28 Weeks Later and shit like that, it's just like, eh. Like, it starts falling off a little bit. Because if you really think about it, if those zombies, like, were really a fucking thing in society and reality, like, mankind would not last more than 28 days. Like, that's, I think, honestly, a part of the reason why it's called 28 Days Later. Because, like, I mean, that is essentially, like, the, like, official, like, alright, after this date, there ain't no recovering humanity. Like, it will go extinct. Just due to the virus and, being able to overcome and be such a threat, to the rest of its own species, so. Oh, this woman's poor? Fine, I'll leave her alone. Yeah, they just, like, don't give a fuck about, like, characters that are supposedly important, and then they just die. Why the fuck would you leave the one person who might be able to help you cure that completely unguarded? Because they're dumb. And because, the plot wouldn't be good if not. We gotta have a good, crazy plot, bruh. I mean, if not, then, it would just be too easy. Did I think her husband killed her? Yeah, I think so. If I remember, I'm pretty sure that's how it happened. Which, again, it's just... That's even more stupid if you think about it. It's like, wait, so, like, there's human threats, and you leave her unguarded, and that's also just with the fact there's fucking zombies that can literally sprint at you at full speed, and all this other shit. It's just like, I mean, you got that, and then you got, like, humans who are wanting to fucking kill other people on top of this type of shit. It's like, what the fuck? It's not good plot work artists have done themselves down to make it move forward. I agree with that. I mean, there's just like a lot of fucking like movies or just like a lot of fucking, shows even, where it's like in order for the plot to move forward, like a character has to just like do an overtly stupid thing that in reality would never make fucking sense, but because plot though, they have to. I mean, it's like the only genre, that I can make an exception for would at least be horror. Because obviously you want, people to get slashed up and killed and this and that and all that shit. I mean, it's a horror movie. I mean, a part of that is that, so. I mean, like, in a way, at least you could kind of make an exception for that shit. But, like, for pretty much, like, anything else, though, especially if it's meant to be, like, a drama that's supposed to, like, reflect on some elements about reality, even if it's, like, a more extreme case of it. Like, for Breaking Bad, for example. Like, I mean, why do you think people loved it so much? Not just because of the plot, but also because, like, it's relatable as fuck. I mean, to a lot of people. I mean, it's, even if they aren't going to be able to relate to the idea of being a chemist and knowing how to make fucking meth and all that shit. But, I mean, there's a lot of relatability, though, despite that. I mean, and there's actual, like, a sense of where the characters actually do things where people, in the real world could potentially do as decisions. Even if it is a little hyperbolic or extreme, when it comes to said decisions. you know, like, at least, you know, these could potentially be realistic, you know, scenarios, at least to a certain extent. Also, here's an idea. Maybe fucking check people to make sure they weren't bit first. Yeah, you're not getting in. Why not? You've been infected. Oh, half your face is missing. Oh, well. Well, yeah, and also, like, you would actually be doing them a favor by just, I mean, as brutal as it sounds, by putting them down. Like, if they're infected and they're bit, like, it's only a matter of time until they turn and die. So, I mean, you would actually do them a service by putting them down. I mean, fuck, but I mean, it is true. If someone is infected, like, I mean, you don't know how long they've been infected. Because at least in the Walking Dead, you know, lore, you know, if we at least consider that, like, you know, it's, let's say, like, you know, I got bit on the hands. If I were to amputate, like, you know, from above my wrist, if I got bit on the hands, you know, literally seconds afterwards, I could save myself. I would not have a hand anymore, but I could save myself and be able to potentially survive. I mean, and the problem is, like, I mean, it really is the whole, like, also, like, can I force myself to do that, or can someone else do that? And can I even fathom, you know, accepting that, you know, and all that other shit? I mean, I'm going to have to if I want to live, so it's like, I mean, like, I'm going to have to force my biological instinct of, like, hey, keep your hands. You know, it's like I'm going to have to force myself to override that in order to survive. I mean, you know, so it would be possible, but, you know, if it's some random stranger showing up to, like, your colony or some shit that you're trying to reestablish and they're bit, I mean, they could have been like that for hours. You know, so it's just like, I mean, if they got bit on the arm, like, you know, somewhere on the arm right here, and it's like that for hours, even if you amputate them, it's too late. They're fucked. So, I mean, it's just like, you know, there's like a variable of time frame, you know, when it comes to that. The Paul plan to get bit. Yeah, purposely get bit. I mean, I guess we don't necessarily know if, like, the zombies, at least in The Walking Dead, are alive. For all intents and purposes, they're dead, but their brain is only activated just enough to do basic functions of walking and biting, so the virus can spread. Which also, in a way, doesn't totally make sense because, like, everyone's already infected. But the zombies biting other people is what activates the virus in somebody. Or just them dying. Which, I mean, you know, like, if you think about it, isn't that a little bit of a plot hole? Because, like, I mean, you got, like, I mean, everyone affected, you know, because if there's, you know, if people were able to realize, oh shit, this person's dead, and they were not infected, but yet they're now a zombie, then why are all the zombies wanting to bite the fucking living and shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, when, like, if everyone's already infected, then, and the virus activates once the person's, I get, like, I guess maybe it's because, oh, you know what? Maybe it's because it's the infection, like gangrene and stuff like that, like from the rotting corpse that's biting you, basically. Maybe that's what kills you. Like, and that's why, you know, there's such a, like, difference of time frame, you know, for when people, like, die in turn, you know, depending on, you know, when they get bit and shit like that. I think that's probably why there's differences in time frames. Like, some people will die within, like, you know, hours or sometimes even days after getting bit, at least in the lore and shit, you know, that's established. And then sometimes they'll take, like, you know, minutes, hours, or sometimes even days, you know, for a body to reanimate and shit. And I think a part of that is probably just because, like, of other infections that take over, you know, so to speak. You know, that actually kills, you know, the bodies, you know, in a sense. I mean, I don't know. Again, I'm kind of talking out of my ass, but I mean, I feel like that would be what would make it make sense. If there were to, like, you know, be a way for it to make sense. Because, like, if everyone's already infected, and when they die, the virus gets activated, or if they get bit, it gets activated, then it's like, there really isn't a reason for the zombies to be biting people in the first place. Because everyone's already infected. A little bit of a plot hole in a way. Yeah, speaking of zombies, didn't switch up the genre a little. Zombie pirate metal? Because I guess that is apparently a genre. Just imagine Paul being in his home and slowly going insane. Alright guys, time for no nuggets, and then it just balloons with Scotty and TJ's face on him. Wait, what was that, TJ? Like 10 or so seconds of dead silence, and Paul burst out laughing. Oh, you're so funny, TJ. And he does this like little silly laugh. Like that little laugh he does. And then he kind of wheezes a little bit. Like, I love Paul's laugh, dude. Like every like Paul laugh that he does, like when he like belly laughs, like, or when he does like the, like, dude, Paul's so like whenever he starts bursting into like, you know, his jovial like humor and laughing and shit, it brings me so much joy. You know, I'm starting to lose it, Dinor. Now you're good, fam. Dinor's just... I don't... You know what? I was about to go, like, dark with that. I can't even do it. Dinor's too cute. Dino's literally immortal. I was about to say Dinor's gonna be, like, a skeleton in the corner, because, like, it's been, like, 10 years since, like, the apocalypse. But... like, I can't even do it. I couldn't even do it, dude. Dinor's too much of a sweet boy. Dino is immortal. Oh no. One of these days, okay, because you know how Yujiro, like Scotty's dog, had his like surgery thing. I just realized that like we're gonna like get like an episode where Paul or Scotty or TJ aren't there. It's not because they're sick or anything. It's because one of their pets passed. And also, Vosh recently, speaking of which, had one of his recent cats he just got die. Daniil. Like, the poor little kitty apparently got, like, you know, brain damage on birth and was deaf and all this other shit. And wasn't really expected to last long, but, you know, like, barely, you know, like, lasted a year. It's, like, sad. It's like, damn. Poor Daniil. He has his other kitties, though. But... man, I hate it when I, like, found out about fucking Bandit. Like, that shit was literally on stream, too, like, when I found that shit out. That just, like, popped in when I was talking about some bullshit or something. He popped in out of nowhere and just blurted that out. And I'm just like, what? He said it again. I'm just like, no, you're fucking lying. And then he just, like, really emphasized it. And that's when it kind of started hitting me. I was like, oh, no. I'm gonna eventually get an arcade, though. Dino would be the last thing alive. Yeah, Dino would literally be the last thing on Earth alive. And he'll still be able to survive, because again, he's immortal. Nothing will kill him. Starvation, dehydration, infections, zombies, it don't matter. Like, I mean, Dino will literally outlast everything. He will literally outlast the sun going, like, into a red giant and consuming the earth. Like, in 6+ billion years, when the sun does that, Dino will even surpass that. He will literally be like a cosmic entity that just, like, transcends reality. I will make them pay. Oh shit! Someone uploaded that same song from the Roseland show. Oh, dude, I'm not the only one who uploaded some shit. Some shit. Yo. So I'm saying my pipe. What other shit is he got on here? Tortuga. Oh, that's why I'm recommending. Wait, hold up. Bloodywood showed up in Portland? Wait, how in the fuck did I miss that? What the fuck? Dude, Bloodywood, that, like, folk metal band from India? Dude, yo, I missed them? Dude, they fucking slap hard, bro. What the fuck? I missed them? I didn't even know they were coming to America. What the fuck? No! No! Now I have to wait, like, a year or two before they come to America again. Fuck! Yeah, you know what? Hold on. I actually want to watch this. Dude, how hard were they slapping? Dude, this guy recorded their whole set. Dude, fuck yeah, bro. Dude, that crowd is packed, dude. Oh, man, that show looks fucking bopping. Oh my god, I'm jealous. What the fuck? I deadass didn't even know that they showed up. What the actual fuck? I'm actually upset. I'm a little upset about that. You must go to them. Yeah, let me go literally go to India and go fucking, like, you know, go see them on tour over there or some shit. You know, like, honestly, like, I don't know when, you know, like, what's their tour right now? Because I'm sure, like, they're still on their U.S. tour. But there ain't no way in fucking hell I'm gonna catch that. So, is there, like, you know, some other tour after that? Because, goddamn, dude. Band dead ass fucking straight slaps. And that show looked like it fucking rocked out. Well, it looks like they're after their America tour, which I think actually looked like it just ended, is they're going to go into Germany. And from it looks like do a festival there in Nuremberg, Germany. So, looks like the last thing they're doing, at least from what it looks like this year, is a festival in Germany. So, fuck. It's not Wacken Open Air, because that's in August, but, oh my god, I'd love to go to Wacken Open Air. It's like literally the biggest metal festival in the world, and oh my fucking god. It's like the mecca for metalheads, like, deadass. And there's, like, literally, like, rivers of beer, fucking, like, metal bands galore, fucking, just epicness, pits, fucking just like, you know, literally anything you can imagine that a metalhead can enjoy. It's gonna be there. And like a lot of really good live performances come from Wacken Open Air too. Like, yeah, I mean, a lot of metal bands, if they have live performances that they usually upload for their for like some of their songs and shit. I mean, not always, but sometimes, chances are, it comes from Wacken Open Air. Especially really big names like Nightwish or Exodus or, you know, Creator or, you know, any of these other bands. Like a lot of big names tend to, you know, get a lot of recognition at Wacken Open Air. Because there's like fucking like 4 or 5 fucking stages, and they all vary on size depending on like your notoriety as a band and shit. Like obviously the bigger bands get the fucking bigger stages, but, you know, smaller bands get smaller stages and shit. You know, but nonetheless, it's oh, I'd so badly want to do that. And also, like, the Sabaton cruise, because there's, like, there's literally a metal cruise, like, fest that Sabaton sponsors in the Baltic Sea, and it's like, oh my fucking god. I, unironically, like, I'm not a dude who's wanting to go on a cruise, but if there is a cruise I'd go on, it's that. Go on a cruise, like, full of metalheads and shit, where, like, there's, like, a fucking, like, shitload of metal music being played, like, you know, on the boat, like, bruh. Like, I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. That's, like, the only cruise that's worth going to. I mean, it's, like, where there's, like, a bunch of metal being played, a bunch of raunchy-ass metalheads on a boat in the Baltic Sea. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. You really can't go wrong with that. Oh, you know what? I just realized. Imagine a mosh pit when there's like a little storm going on, you know, in the sea or whatever, and you got the boat rocking a little bit. Oh, imagine the pit, dude. Imagine like a mosh pit while that's going on, while the boat's kind of rocking a little bit, adding that extra like tilt in the gravity and shit. Oh my lord. Oh, it'd be so fucking cool. That'd honestly be kind of a unique mosh pitting experience, honestly. I mean, like, I imagine a lot of people probably do just fall on their ass a lot just because of that. But that's what got mosh etiquette. You know, someone falls on their ass, you immediately, like, basically make a little circle around them and you just pick their ass back up and throw them in the pit again. Why do you keep... This dog keeps locking himself in the laundry room. Why do you... Why? And he does know how to close doors. It's annoying. Fucking little goofball. Ah, well, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, yeah. I forgot. I had it up there for a second, you know, just to check out that, you know, everything from earlier. Didn't realize that. Right here. Corn Pop would do something like that in the event of zombie apocalypse. Oh yeah, oh certainly. The Corn Pop is literally an agent of chaos. Like literally, he is like a genuine agent of chaos. Like he's the source. He's like one of the many sorcerers of chaos, dude. Like I mean, he would be one of the boss battles for Jordan Peterson, basically. And by the way, Jordan Peterson would lose. Just straight up. I mean, he would dead ass just lose. Just imagine slow motion moment as they watch a glass fall on the floor. Dude, I mean, it like pretty much. I can only imagine just like the life that TJ has to live dealing with Corn Pop. I mean, fuck like anything else. Just Corn Pop himself. Like, I mean, we see it on the streams half the time. Like, where it's like, where teacher would be like, God damn it, Corn Pop is doing this or some shit. He never says anything about any of his other cats. Like, he never says anything about Squeaks. He never says anything about his dogs or anything. It's always Corn Pop. It's Corn Pop that's doing shit. He's like, literally just the agent of chaos. You know what? I'm here for it. I mean, the chaotic energy of that little fucking furball is my dopamine. It is my bliss. I swear, if the next cat I get is chaotic like Corn Pop, I don't even know, dude. I don't even know what I'll do. I guess there will definitely be a lot of humor, you know, coming from streams, you know, because of that cat, but I guess we'll have to wait and see, because eventually, you know, I'm, you know, like been thinking about it, because from what I understand, my roommate Drew, he like his mom actually has a cat right now that she's gonna eventually put out for adoption, and she said that she would let me be like, you know, someone who will, you know, be like kind of first on the priority list, you know, and I'm just like, well, yeah. Like, I mean, how much? And it's like, well, I mean, nothing really, but basically, I mean, just really $50, and that's more or less just kind of a donation more than anything. I'm just like, okay, fine. It's basically like, you know, a week's worth of rent, you know, for my roommate, so, I mean, realistically, it probably would come from him more than anything, so. One of these days, you know, I'm gonna find some time, you know, to actually meet that little kitty, you know, see if I vibe. Which chances are going to vibe with that cat. And the cat's probably gonna vibe with me, and yeah, we're gonna be Gucci. It's more about my dog, you know, but the cat, you know, if I were to, you know, would be, you know, affiliated with dogs, and because my roommate has his dog Loki, and you know, he hangs out with the cat. He's certainly probably enough to make sure the cat is gay. Or fabulous, yes, that is true. And you know what? I'll make sure that I am fab as fuck for Pride Month as well. You know what? I need like some more overtly like gay fucking shit. Like, I look too much like a goddamn fucking like, you know, outdoors western boy. Like, I need some overt gay shit on my shit. I mean, like, what the fuck is this? Like, where's the gayness here? I ain't got no gay going on here. There ain't gayness here. Like, I mean, boo, look at it. Look at this shit. I mean, look at this. Oh my fucking god. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be readjusting. I mean, got myself a cowboy hat, got myself a fucking, literally just a military surplus jacket, and, oh, fancy work shirt. I guess, literally the only gay thing would probably be the bandana, but even then, that's not gay. So, what the fuck? I need some more gay shit. I mean, it's not like I don't, but it's like kind of like kinky gay shit. I can't really exactly just wear that casually, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, like, I just need some more casual gay shit that I can wear. Just, I'm not even kidding. Good news for you, it's National Wine Day. I don't have wine. I have a Voodoo Ranger IPA, but I don't have a wine. If I knew it was fucking National Wine... Wait, it's after mint. Okay, well... Well, it's technically now payday for me. Maybe I'll get some wine tomorrow then. Since you mentioned it. Honestly, 2 words, Walgreens. I don't need to go there. My workplace literally has a wine aisle. I can literally see the wine aisle from my department. Like, it's right next to my department. And there's some quality wine. In fact, there is a quality wine that I don't know if, like, you know of it, but it's called Honeywood. And it's an Oregon-based wine company from the Willamette Valley. Oh my god, it's so goddamn delicious. They specialize in fruit wines. So they have like a plum wine, raspberry wine, blackberry wine, a pear wine, like a mixed berry wine. Why do I keep saying lime? But, I mean, like, they specialize in that shit, and oh my god, it's so good. Like, it's almost like mead, basically, that it's just like, it just goes so down smoothly. It is delicious. And my workplace carries the blackberry and raspberry Honeywood, and that shit is fire as fuck. God, motherfucker. Boo. Oh my fucking god. You know what? This works. This works enough. Get some of the stuff I want to check out here. Have that. Here's my little thing too. Ugh. Kind of have them on Lichtenberg. Go. Float. Float. There we go. Alright. At least got a couple things we can deal with here now. I know one thing it definitely is going to be Meatball Ron's thing. We'll just call it his little thing. And then there'll at least be another thing we can check out. Yeah, it'll be a little tangential. I can't with these people. What's going on now? Imagine if we had a world travel back back then on the level we do today, the plague would have won. The Black Plague disappeared without a vaccine, just saying. Hashtag anti-vax. It killed, yeah, it literally killed not just a third of Europe, but it also fucking like killed like a gigantic mass of like Asia and the Middle East as well. And also, the only reason why we survived and were able to overcome that was due to literally over years of trying to fight it. Well, granted, you know, stupidly with things like leeches and things like that. But there was also like, you know, legitimate treatments that, you know, like different doctors, alchemists at the time were trying to push. And that, at least in some part, helped with that. And also, I mean, like a part of that was because the bubonic plague was spread via fleas, and a lot of those fleas, you know, were on things like mice and rats. And you know what helped with combating that problem? Were felines, cats. So in a lot of ways, you know, like, I mean, there was like a big uptick of like, you know, cats, you know, being around and shit because of rats, you know, being like everywhere and shit. So cats had like free reign for food. So there was like a lot of variables that played, you know, into the role of the bubonic plague eventually being overcame. And also, the bubonic plague is still around. It's not like, you know, people don't die from it still, because, yeah, like, we have a cure and treatment for it now because of modern medicine, you know, and science. But, and also, vaccines, also, funny enough, like, we have that, too. But our dumbasses thought it was the cats at first. Yeah, initially, yeah. No, you're right. At first, we did think it was the cats. Which is why the rat population upticked so much, but then that's why eventually cats came back around, because we realized the cats were helping with the problem, not actually exacerbating it. It's not like those fleas would hop on those cats, and, you know, those fleas eventually, you know, would hop on people. It's not like that shit didn't happen, you know, but, like, the rate of, you know, the bubonic plague, you know, when the rats weren't really there, was a lot less in comparison, you know, to places that did. I mean, sadly, we don't really have such hardcore concrete data about that, especially considering how far back it is. But I mean, considering you know different rates of infection and you know how many people died in certain regions and how the bubonic plague affected certain areas, we can at least infer some information like that. And also, there's all just like personal hand accounts that you know still survive to this day and shit like that. So it's not like you know it never went away or anything. I mean, it's just so fucking stupid. I mean, it's like, yeah, back then, vaccines weren't really necessarily a thing because, like, it was hard to fucking, it was, like, hard to even, like, you know, make that in the first place, and those weren't even really a thing. It was just essentially just, like, basically, you know, like, you know, just various different treatments, you know, that were available at that time. That, you know, the only real way to solve those issues. But guess what? Like, I mean, if vaccines were available at that time, you think people would deny it? I mean, frankly, yeah, there probably would be people like that. Yo, shit tried to hit the fan, but the fan was like, nope, and blew that shit out of the window. Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. The other stuff was canceled, and I've gotten gluten freedom. Freedom for the lip! Raise a pint of air! I'm tired, never what? Make those back again. Never as one of those bastards again. I love this song too. It's like if I could go back and make my amends, I'd make those same mistakes again. It's literally just this. I love how the song is literally just like, fuck you, no regrets, bitch. I'd go back and do it again. At this point, yeah, vaccines need to be mandatory because A, these people are going to be a major issue when something even worse comes along, and B, like 8% of people don't even know how to wear their mask right. No, 100%. Like, I mean, vaccines absolutely should be mandatory because of the virtue of the public service. Like, I mean, public health is, you know, honestly, you know, trumps whatever personal fucking freedom that you have, you have to fucking jeopardize that. It's like, fuck you. Like, your freedom ends where my personal health and my freedom is jeopardized. That's where your freedom ends. And when it comes to the public health, when it comes to a pandemic and there's vaccines available, guess what? You know, openly and utterly refusing that type of shit is jeopardizing my health and my own freedoms. So, fuck that. These hiccups are kind of undermining the emphasis of my fucking sternness about this. I don't think being sent for a deadly disease is freedom to begin with. Well, for a lot of these fucking weirdos, it is. That's the weird thing. They think it's a body autonomy issue. And you wanna know why they will think that? It's because, like, oh, well, lefties and progressives think that women should have abortions and stuff like that. Well, I, you know, should have the ability to choose what I do with my body, and if I don't want a vaccine, then blah, 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 blah. They would literally use the whole my body, my choice argument. They literally do that. I'm not even kidding. And it's just like, I mean, in a weird way, I kind of get that. But, like, this is like public health issue. Like, this isn't an individual personal freedom issue. This is a health issue, like, you know, for the public health. I mean, it's just like, that's the main problem. Like, I mean, if this was like, you know, doing drugs or maybe like, you know, fucking, you know, maybe doing some sort of experimental, like, you know, thing or some shit or whatever the fuck, or, you know, or some shit, or your, you know, or like some personal decision on your own part that doesn't affect anybody else. Like, that type of shit right there, I don't give a fuck. Like, if you want to, like, you know, have the personal choice, you know, to have an abortion, to do whatever fucking goddamn drug you want, to, you know, or, you know, to do some decision that doesn't impact anybody else, I don't care. I really don't give one fuck one. And there are plenty of people that I know that are like that, but they'll literally take it to the extra step. And, oh my god. And will literally be like, oh, well, I will literally take that to things like vaccines and shit like that. And it's like, oh my god! Alright, oh my fucking god, will you not fucking be a bitch, please? Okay, there we go. And then, but it's like, hey, you know, it's like, when it comes to the whole, like, oh, well, what about the vaccines and stuff like that? It's like, well, guess what? I mean, that's the reason why they exist is for the public health. It's not because, you know, oh, ooh, woo, you know, there might be some weird Machiavellian thing or some shit, so you want to have the personal choice to not have something implanted into you. It's like, that's not what it's about. That's bullshit. Like, that type of shit saves lives. Including your own. Whether you know it or not. Man, I could just keyhole a motherfucker. If you can't be bothered to just click in something that can prevent you from going through your windshield, then I hope you can accept Darwin Award with grace. I mean, and what's fucked up is a lot of them, you know, at least for some of the more hardcore extremists on this issue, they will. Like, back when COVID was at its height, we heard the horror stories from these nurses who would literally get accosted and assaulted and threatened and fucking abused, you know, by patients, you know, because they were QAnoners and would refuse treatment despite getting the treatment and die anyway, and deny it literally till they fucking die. They will literally be like, COVID's a hoax, and then like with their final breath, they die. It's like, and they die, guess what, of COVID. Despite, you know, the treatment and everything else trying to save their fucking life, and they, you know, deny and fucking refuse and fucking will literally abuse nurses, you know, trying to save their fucking life. Nothing is value of loss. Well, actually, there was a little bit. We lost the value of being able to keyhole them. I want to see him go to depths below. Yeah, legend has it, Urban Cave, to this day, is still denied COVID. His sins are far too great to tell. It is not a place to judgment. When they will burn in hell. We'll have it so. Through his money and his hat. He's leading where he's gonna go. That's Jesse Peterson's job now. Yeah, it is, basically, at this point. And also, Clarence Thomas. Send him down to the desk below. Make that bastard walk that plank with a bottle of rum in the yo-ho-ho. You hold that filthy landlubber. Send him down to the desk below. Make that bastard walk that plank with a bottle of rum in the yo-ho-ho. I'm just really thinking about all the motherfuckers that can keyhole. Clarence Thomas, yep. His wife, yep. Matt Walsh, yep. Jesse Peterson, yep. I would tie them to some fucking ropes, make them walk a plank, and keyhole those fuckers. And I'm gonna make sure that the ship has a lot of barnacles too, so their back gets extra fucked up. And you know what's even crazy? Is that you can survive being keyholed. If you can hold your breath long enough, you can live. So, in a way, it's actually a form of torture, not a form of execution. Because it is, after all, a trip, not an execution. I just don't understand it. Fuck you, doctors of years of research. I got the Rogan. And it's not even just like, you know, fuck you, doctors. It's like, you know, it's also like, fuck you, I'm also a doctor, but fuck the rest of the fucking, you know, consensus of what doctors think. Because I'm, you know, the fringe doctor who wants to harm everybody else and, you know, violate the Hippocratic Oath. Like, can that actually be enforced? Like, because there are doctors who are these right-wing QAnon or psychos and shit. Like, we saw one from the other night. And it's just like, no. Like, I mean, like, at that point, your doctor's license should be revoked. You shouldn't be a doctor. You should be immediately fired. In fact, fucking in prison as far as I give a shit. And fucking, like, you know, and, yeah, like, and just, like, you know, revoked of your license, you know, due to the virtue of, violating the Hippocratic Oath. It's like, fuck you. The whole idea of doctors and nurses, you know, of abiding by the Hippocratic Oath is to, you know, like, override whatever morals or politics or whatever shit they have, you know, and, you know, in order to save, you know, and help the patient. And that includes, and not limited to, getting vaccines, having their shots and shit like that, wearing a mask, and all that other shit. It includes all that. The guy who I said looks like a shit eater. Yeah, because he is a shit eater. I guarantee you he's a, you know, like a scatologist and fucking, you know, is a shit eater. Oh, if I can have a blunderbuss on his ass. I should have a cannonball up his cunt and then put his dick in a blender. Hailstorm gives me really, like, sinister ideas about what to do to people, and I love it. Just shove an anchor up their ass, keyhole them. Well, Hailstorm doesn't have to really be, you know, the culprit for that. Pirates in general are. Forcing voodoo curses, you know, on people. You know, that's another thing. Sending them to, like, Leviathan terror squids, you know, to fucking get eaten and consumed by. Making them walk the plank. Having them die on some random fucking island, you know, being shipwrecked. Yeah, there's a lot, like, honestly, like, I mean, there's something about, you know, the whole theme about pirates, dude. Like, I mean, yeah, were pirates like a bunch of, like, you know, rape and pillaging motherfuckers in a way? Oh, absolutely. But, like, there was, like, a communal, like, you know, like, anti-capitalist, anti-imperialist, anti-colonialist, like, you know, culture behind piracy. I mean, it's why I love, you know, the culture of being a pirate. Like, I mean, there's something to it, because, like, I mean, it's just like, you know, it's such a strong rebellion against, you know, what would basically be the status quo of the time. I mean, it was, like, literally the most truest sense of, like, rebelling against the system. Because who the fuck is gonna stop you when you're out in the sea? When you can hop from island to island, you know, from, like, Tortuga to St. Martin to all these other islands, and the Royal Crown or, you know, the Kingdom of Spain couldn't do fuck one about it. Besides try to hunt you down in the seas, but you just fuck them up every time. And take their treasure and blunder. I mean, it's just like, I mean, there's something about the, you know, culture of, you know, being a pirate, you know, from back in the day that's just pretty fucking awesome. That's why I like pirate metal. Because honestly, if, like, you know, those, like, you know, type of pirates are around today, they would basically be the equivalent of, like, you know, Hailstorm or some shit, honestly. They'd basically be the equivalent of, like, these type of people. Singing a bunch of, like, heavy-ass, like, little yo-hos and all that other fucking shit, and just fucking, like, you know, getting raunchy, not giving a fuck, partying out, going town to town, fucking shit up. There's no way that any medical professional being at work at the height of a pandemic gym believes in COVID as a hoax. I mean, I would wish to be that the case, but I mean, remember that, like, one doctor that was on Joe Rogan, like, at the early stage of the pandemic that was spewing a lot of disinformation? Like, he's one of those type of doctors who got, like, you know, fucking ousted and fucking exiled because of his insanity over this. Wasn't he peddling some kind of monthly service? Oh, yeah, with that, with the guy, oh, yeah, the guy you were talking about, the doctor on Twitter and shit? Yeah, he was. He was literally peddling, like, a $4 monthly service fee for his own personal articles. Depends if you count chiropractors as medical professionals. I don't. Yeah, I don't either. They're glorified backcrackers. And you know what? I could just have one of my friends do that, or myself. I mean, you know how many times I fucking am stretching and fucking cracking my back and shit? In fact, I'm just gonna do it again just because you reminded me. Oh, fuck yeah. That felt good. Oh, I just popped some shit. That felt good. Also, rocket searchers tend to be crazy. Remember Ben Carson, fucking amazing brain surgeon, but insane politically? Yeah. I mean, honestly, there's something about, like, surgeons, or, like, you know, I mean, that's kind of the thing about, like, doctors. Like, every now and then you'll get, like, you know, doctors who are legitimately, like, you know, talented in their profession, but just deadass are honestly fucking psychopaths. Like Ben Carson. But honestly, he wasn't really a psychopath. He's just, like, you know, klutz and just kind of goofy. I mean, honestly. Like, I mean, you want to know how I remember him? My luggage. Like, when he literally, out of nowhere, in a fucking mainstream, I think it was CNN. I think in the middle of a CNN interview, he literally went, my luggage, and just walked off. He literally walked off and said, I forgot my luggage, and literally just walked the fuck off. Out of nowhere, and literally in the middle of an interview. He just, like, remembered he lost his luggage out of nowhere and just, like, walked the fuck off out of nowhere. I'm not even kidding. Like, that dead ass happened. I'm just like, and I remember the clip so vividly, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, he just, like, literally just, like, up and left out of nowhere, because my luggage, and just walked away, just cluelessly. It's like, what in the fuck? I mean, oh my god, dude, the guy is a fucking goof. Like, I mean, Ben Carson's a piece of shit. He's a worm and a scumbag, but in a weird way, I kind of like him. I like him ironically, because he's such a goofball. He's such aloof and a goofball and just so sleepy. Like, I mean, I kind of like him for that. I mean, he's a worm and a shitbag. Yeah, like, he spent a bunch of taxpayer dollars, you know, buying fancy furniture for his office and shit. Like, he did, yeah, like, he barely does fucking shit, you know? So, like, he's a worm, he's a fuckbag. Yeah, that's why I like him, because he's unintentionally comedic. That's why I say I ironically like him. I ironically like him because he's unintentionally comedic. The dude's funny unintentionally, just out of nowhere. My luggage! Just fucking just, like, disappears and yeets out of nowhere, just goes away, and just... Oh my god, I mean, that is just, like, peak fucking, like, comedy right there, dude. There's, like, I don't know, I mean, oh my god, it's so fucking great. Like, he's such a fucking goofball. You know, honestly, who I feel like is going to be the next Ben Carson, in a way? It's going to be Meatball Ron. The dude is like a fucking unintentional comedic goofball. Like, just straight up. Like, the dude is, like, pure anti-charisma. Like, the guy has anti-fucking charisma, and is such a joke. And, like, even, like, I hate Trump, but even he can make god-tier fucking, like, just shitposting against fucking Ron. It's just, it's beautiful. You think Trump would appoint him at some agency? Ben Carson? Didn't Trump already do that? Didn't he do that in 2016? I thought he did. Wasn't he, like, the head of some agency in Trump's first term? No, Ron DeSantis. Oh, DeSantis? Meatball Ron? No. I don't think, yeah, I mean, they clash too much. Like, I mean, I don't really, cause Ron's trying to one-up Trump, even though, like, literally every attempt is failing miserably. And Trump is, like, you're not loyal, fuck you. Like, I mean, because he's obviously, you know, going after him too. So, like, no. I mean, I don't think that would be, well, there is Mitt. I remember that. You know, honestly, I don't know. I'm more inclined to say no. What if Rhonda is smart enough to realize they have no chance and becomes Trump's defense against Christie? Maybe. I want to call him retard Ron, but I know that would be considered ableist. Nah, he deserves to be called that. So, I give you the pass. because those people are way smarter than him. Well, yeah, literally most people are, for the most part, honestly. Go if Ron takes the beating from Chrissy to kiss Trump's ass.
Alright, quick.
Well, here. You want to see the ass beating that was the disaster of his announcement?
Let's see. It's like crashing, huh? Yeah, I think we've got just a massive number of people online, so it's
service frustrating because I literally don't know what the hell I'm doing when it comes to like IT work and stuff. Yeah, I'm Elon Musk. That was literally like actual awkward silence.
Well, it's official. Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida is running for president, and to say that his campaign is off to a rocky start would be quite the understatement because his campaign launch was a complete fucking disaster, and it was absolutely hilarious to watch. So there were reports yesterday that were almost surreal that he was going to announce his 2024 presidential campaign with Elon Musk live in a Twitter Spaces event. Now, for those of you who don't...
Honestly, it would have made more sense, for him to, like, literally do that in, like, some sort of, like, Zoom call. I mean, honestly. I mean, like, that literally would have made more sense.
What that is, Twitter Spaces is basically Zoom without the video. So this was an audio call where he was going to be making this announcement. And Twitter is known for its glitches. It is a platform with notorious bugs, so it's a bad idea to begin with, but even if everything was copacetic and it went smoothly, think about how bad of an idea this is just from a marketing perspective. Like, the reason why...
Twitter's been getting more glitchier and glitchier by the fucking day because of Elon Musk's hubris, because he's a literal fucking dipshit.
Presidential candidates make these announcements to crowds of people is so that way there's people cheering there. You feel the energy, you get excited. But instead, Ron DeSantis chose to hold this announcement with him and a couple of other middle-aged men breathing into the microphone with their mouths using shitty phone mics. And it just was a bizarre decision, but as bad as it sounded on paper, in practice, it was exponentially worse. It was a complete disaster. So as the Washington Post reports, for the first time, a presidential candidate would use the site's premier audio feature.
Oh my god! Oh my god, this fucking picture of Ronnie, dude. Dude, Rhonda literally looks like a fucking bitch who just, like, swallowed the saltiest of fucking cum, dude. Like, oh my god. Like, the stupid advocate to Elon. Yes! He literally announced his presidency on Twitter Spaces. Dude, like, the saltiest of cum guzzlers right here. I mean, look at that fucking face. Like, he's literally dipping his fingers in the saltiest of, like, cum and just like, when it comes to Elon, dude. Like, oh my god. So, like, look at that fucking face trying to reject the saltiness, but yet embracing it at the same time. Like, oh my god, dude. Like, this weird little fuck. Like, this anti-charisma piece of shit literally, like, did a fucking Twitter space call, like, which crashed over and over and over again. Wait, what?
Must be the guy whose mic gave out.
Oh, wait, what, Rhonda? Rhonda DeSantis? Meatball Ron?
Something like that announced they were going to run for president.
But it was on, it was a disaster. No, that's Ron DeSantis. He literally, like, was guzzling Elon Musk's dick on Twitter Spaces. Not only did Elon Musk fucking cut out, DeSantis did. A bunch of other people were cutting out because the servers kept crashing over and over again. And also, it was the most awkward fucking thing ever. Like, we're gonna see some of the highlights of it. I kind of tuned in when Demon Mama was, like, watching it live and shit. Oh my god. It was awkward, cringe, and just bad. It was just, like, this is literally the most pathetic, fucking saddest presidential announcement I've ever seen in my fucking life. And that really is saying something. Like, that's saying something. Because, like, there's, like, some obscure motherfuckers out there that just, like, announce for president, but you just, like, never know about it. They're just like, oh, this person's running, I guess.
Yeah,
you know?
It's a big ass show.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah,
but this here though, like this is known, like this is literally, like I mean, like there are multiple articles and shit at this point that are talking about this, not being like, oh, you know, like, you know, DeSantis announced for president, the energy and blah blah. Like no one's talking about the positive aspects of it. They're talking about how much of a shit show it was. Like I mean, how much of a flop of an announcement for presidency must you have? And it's like he's not even doing good. He's known as pudding fingers.
He's been known for a long time that he's going to run for president.
Well, yeah, but he's like, yeah, but like I mean, he's literally anti-charisma. Yeah, he's literally anti-charisma and also pudding fingers. The pudding fingers ad, like the dude literally fucking eats pudding with his fingers. Like I mean, it's just like I mean, the dude is gonna get chewed the fuck up and spat right out from like 8 Ways Till Sunday, and I am here for it. I love it, and I want to inject it into my veins.
I have eaten pudding with my fingers.
Well, I mean, if you got nothing else, I understand it, but it's Ron DeSantis. He's a rich, bougie, elite fucking prick. Like, I mean, Ron DeSantis is a corrupt, elite prick. He could literally have a golden spoon, like, literally molded and crafted the same day and gifted to him to literally eat pudding with within the same day. And it's just like, and this motherfucker's eating it with his fucking fingers. It makes sense for you or me to do it, but that motherfucker, it's just like, what?
I quit doing that in the first grade.
Well, yeah, fair enough. I did too. But, you know, because honestly, if you don't got a utensil, you just squeeze the cup and just, I mean, you just slurp that fucker out of the cup. I mean, honestly, I mean.
You know, actually, if you're hungry enough when you're done with the spoon, it's always just like, okay, gotta get that.
Well, yeah, you get the last little bit. Yeah, you get like the last little bit the spoon can't really, you know, dig out. So, yeah, I mean.
That little titty cheap ass wood spoon they give you. Just like,
right, yeah, exactly. I mean, I understand when you got the last little bit of the pudding cup and there's like a little bit the spoon can't get and you use the finger to kind of like scoop that last little bit. Like, I get that. I understand that. But that's like, you know, some poor man's working class average Joe Schmo shit. Like, some elite fuck like DeSantis won't give a fuck. He'd be like, I request another one. You know, he would, like, leave it, like, a third filled, you know, and because the spoon can't get it, toss it, and then fucking get another one that's, you know, and then eat that, like, 2/3 of the way, and then just be like, nah, I need another. Like, I mean, it would just be more wasteful than anything. At least, you know, us, we understand it's like, we gotta make sure we get every tiny little ounce of that fucking pudding. So, you know, once we eat all of it with the spoon, then we get in there with the finger.
Okay, Joe.
That's how you do it. That's how you do that shit. This fucking string bean, though, does it just straight fingers and no spoon. It's like, you know, meat, no potatoes. It's like, what the fuck's going on with that?
A run for the White House, and he'd do so in an exclusive interview with new CEO Elon Musk. But just minutes into the Twitter Spaces,
We need to do this one next. I will.
with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, the site was breaking because of technical glitches as more than 600,000 people tuned in. Users were dropping off, including DeSantis himself. As flustered Musk scrambled to get the conversation on track, only to be thwarted by his own website. Eventually, they launched a new Spaces on a separate account, citing Musk's account as the problem, although it drew a fraction of the traffic as DeSantis eventually made his...
Like, it literally, like, Musk's, like, account being there in the first place was literally the fucking problem. So Musk literally had to create a sock account just to fucking, like, make the service not crash over and over and over again. Like, basically, you know, to put the veneer that, oh, Musk ain't there anymore, even though he actually is and shit. Like, I mean, so most people will be like, all right, whatever, you know, not tune in anymore. Like, it's like, it's like, like, I mean, the just absurdity of it all. Then shouldn't he ban himself? Well, I mean, he would be doing Twitter and the world a service if he did that. And if he was going to ban himself, he should do that by just literally injecting himself into the core of the earth or into the sun, whichever one, you know, is quicker. And, yeah, so. But unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to get that. Unless we did it forcibly.
Roughly a half hour late. I love it so much. Couldn't have happened to a more miserable piece of shit. But I take it that Elon Musk probably regrets firing all those engineers now.
He only needs to run for president, join the GOP clown car, Well, because he hosted Ron DeSantis, I don't think he would do that at this point. Like, I mean, because he wants to be buddy-buddy of DeSantis because he literally fucking allowed DeSantis to goggle his balls. You know, when it came to being on Twitter for this weird, stupid-ass Twitter space shit. But here, let's just get to the real good fucking juice. Like, I might cut, you know, some of the more highlights of this, and there's actually a couple other highlights that, you know, I kind of want to check out as well. Because it's kind of tangential to the other thing I want to look at as well, too. So, you know, like, let's just get right to it. I know that he's kind of cut this a little bit because I did kind of pre-watch this, or realistically pre-listen to this while I was at work. And, like, apparently he has, like, little overt cuts. Like, if there's, like, a white flash, that's when he cuts it.
DeSantis' campaign announcement, and you have to put up with this.
He can't. Elon was born in South Africa. Oh, yeah, that's right. Elon Musk can't run for president.
Without further ado, enjoy.
This, like the Simpsons thing. Right, we're just reallocating more server capability to be able to handle those.
Oh, fuck, dude, there's Hassan. Oh, shit, Hassan's in this.
It's really going crazy. So,
Hassan was reacting to this live.
I'm super excited to have Governor DeSantis make this.
8.5 minutes of silence, and then there's a bunch of echoing. Ah! Oh my god! What the fuck? Are you serious? That's... Dude, I would expect this from, like, some schlub who's, like 19 years old, who's just like, I want to start a market, and just, like, does not know what, like, audio editing or literally anything about any of that. It just... Yeah, it's like, oh my god, dude, no, you know what, that's even better. You know what, your analogy is even better. It's like some analog horror shit, dude. Like, that's even better. Like, that is, like, this dude, like, what the fuck was that analog horror shit that was just going on there? I mean, you know what, there is some horror going on with this overall, so, I mean, on top of some comedy. But there is a little weird horror about this.
Good afternoon.
Wait, did someone just whisper, now it's all quiet?
Now it's quiet.
What the fuck? Oh my god, dude, these weird fucking nerds. My lord. Oh my god. What the fuck? Bruh. That is just so fucking weird. Like, what, dude, I expect this with, like, some random, like, just podcast doing, like, some attempt to do, like, some debate shit, like, you know, just out of nowhere. It's like, alright, you know what, let's get, like, you know, a bunch of people in and, like, do an impromptu debate or something. It's just like, I mean, I would expect this weird bullshit from that, not this. Oh my god. Oh my lord, dude. You expect to hear in a static whisper, you're not in control. We are all seeing. We are your desire. We know what you really are. Oh, God.
Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, everyone, depending on wherever in the world you're joining us from. I'm broadcasting live from Twitter headquarters. It's David Sachs here. Elon is sitting next to me. And
we make TJ look competent with technology. Shows he got some serious fucking problems. And this is a billionaire and a guy running for president. A billionaire, a multi-billionaire, a bougie rich fucking cocksucker, and he has like more incompetency with, you know, with tech and shit than some boomer or like some motherfucker like TJ, dude. I mean, bruh.
And we want to welcome you to this historic Twitter Spaces event.
Dude, yeah, he runs a tech company.
And more broadly, a first in the history of social media. Tonight, I'm pleased to introduce two individuals who've done more to loosen the... All right.
30 seconds silence because they got cut off and the fucking shit crashed. Oh my god, bro.
About that, we've got so many people here that I think we are kind of melting the servers, which is a good sign.
No, it's not. Oh my god, that's not a good sign. When your servers are literally basically like melting because they're trying to function, that's not good. Like, bruh, that's not a good sign. Like, what?
All right, I'd like to just introduce the folks in the room here. So it's safe to say we wouldn't be making history without the man sitting next to me, Elon Musk. His decision to purchase this platform last year to restore it to its original mission as a beacon for free speech, and even to expose Twitter's past complicity.
Dude, this guy is literally, like, in the same room right next to Elon Musk. Like, I unironically think he's in a GIMP suit. Not just any GIMP suit, but with, like, the pup hood, you know, and shit. Like, he's going, like, pup play GIMP shit, you know, like, fondling his fucking balls, you know, while he's, you know, like, you know, holding the mic, you know, or holding the phone, you know, and shit. And then being like, and when I'm gonna stop talking, I'm just gonna guzzle that dick. And then, you know, it's just so Elon Musk, you know, is gonna have his say, or whoever else is gonna be talking. Because, like, oh my god, he is, like, fondling them balls like the fucking, like, goldest platinum fucking level fluffer ever, dude.
Government censorship regime might have surprised many, but not those of us who've known and worked with Elon for nearly a quarter century. His commitment to freedom and his willingness to put his money where it
Oh my god! It's echoing! Oh my fucking god!
upset the narrative about institutions and corporate media. Yeah. Well, let's see. So, yeah, Governor, there's been a lot of speculation over the last couple of months about your plans. I understand that you may have an announcement to make. We've got, I think, a record audience assembled here. You know, probably the biggest room that's probably ever been assembled online. What would you like to tell them?
Well, I am running for President of the United States to lead our great American comeback. Look, we know our country's going in the wrong direction. We see it with our eyes, and we feel it in our bones. Our southern borders collapse. Drugs are pouring into the country. Our cities are being hollowed out by spike.
Oh my god, the southern border has collapsed. It literally has collapsed. Oh my god. Yeah, Joe Biden, who literally is fucking enforcing the border just pretty much on the equivocal level of Trump. Yeah. Yeah, that southern border has totally collapsed. Literally, the only difference is that Biden ain't building a fucking wall. That literally is the only difference. But I guess because that is the difference, that border don't fucking collapse, though. Yep. Drugs, immigrants, those fucking aliens, yep. All them motherfuckers are just all flooding in here because that border collapsed. Yep. That's what's going on. Yup. Like, oh my god, dude. And you know what? Like, I mean, has anyone noticed that the whole, like, illegal aliens trope has been coming back? Because that was a big thing back in, like, the early 2000s, the late 90s. So with, like, the illegal aliens, blah, 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 blah. But because, you know, of people being, well, obviously, you know, humane, you know, were, you know, different, you know, using different terminology and shit, like undocumented immigrant, or I guess in, you know, a less sensitive way, you know, like, you know, illegal immigrant and shit. Like, I mean, prior to that, it was illegal alien. Like, they're a xeno from another planet, basically. Like, that was the idea, essentially. It's like, oh, they're like a xeno from another planet. They're an illegal alien. It's like, that was the idea. And that shit's been coming fucking back, dude. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, I thought that shit was like the Bush era. Like, I mean, are we really going back to the, you know, to that fucking shit? Well, you know what? Of course we are. Because, you know, fascist gonna fascist. So, what do you expect? You can't say the biggest one that this is a brand new feature. Men in Black, yeah.
Crime. The federal government's making it harder for the average family to make ends meet and to attain and maintain a middle-class lifestyle. And because He lacks vigor, flounders in the face of our nation's challenges, and he takes his cues from the woke mob. I don't think it has.
Oh my god, okay, hold on. Oh my god. What? We have a president, Joe Biden, who's literally taking cues from the woke fucking mob? Like, no. Like, he's taking cues from the Republican Party and the DNC, you fuckwit. Like, he's basically caving and making bipartisan deals with the GOP and fucking just basically doing the service of the DNC, you know, fundamentally at the end of the day. Like, there ain't no wokeness about his fucking ass. He literally, not that long ago, literally like a few days ago, like 2 or 3 days ago, he gave a fucking, national medal to a police officer, you know, because of, like, you know, courageous service or whatever the fucking bullshit, or, you know, some garbage. Like, he commemorated a cop, not literally, like, 2 or 3 days ago. Like, he gave a cop a medal. Personally. He personally gave a fucking medal to a cop, a pig, like, 2 or 3 days ago. So, like, how in the fuck is he catering to the woke mob when he's a cop licker and fucking, you know, a caterer to the status quo and fucking basically doing the same policies, you know, that Trump was, you know, when it comes to immigration policy outside of building a fucking wall. So, like, where the fuck is this woke shit coming from? I wish Joe Biden was woke. I wish Joe Biden was a commie, but like, only in a fucking weird delusional pseudo-reality of a fucking GOP Republican QAnon, you're gonna, you know, fucking, you know, get that reality.
American decline is not inevitable. It is a choice. And we should choose a new direction.
Well, I suppose I agree with that, but it's more of a choice of the status quo, you know, perpetuating, not because of wokeness.
A path that will lead to American revitalization. We must
and you're the exact opposite of that, Ron.
Restore sanity to our nation.
I'm pumped. That was that was very exciting.
I just realized that Mike Figueredo is wearing, like, what is this, a camouflage? Wait, what is this? Oh, they're pineapples. He's wearing a pineapple shirt. I thought that was like a camo, like Hawaiian camo shirt or something, but no, it's just it's a Hawaiian pineapple shirt. Dude, my boy like flexes like some Hawaiian tees and shit that I'm just like, goddamn, bro. Where can I get your fucking fit? I want your shirts.
I think that more funny to me than the silence periods were when he started talking. I love this. I love that this happened. Now, to give you additional context, if you missed the event, as this is happening, you have people immediately shitposting, making fun of Ron DeSantis. The memes started...
Wait, hold on. We gotta zoom in on this one. Ron DeSantis, 2024. Failure to lie? Oh my god, that is a glorious shitpost. Oh my god, that is a beautiful shitpost. Who made this? You can't make this shit up. On DeSantis campaign launches crash onto. Who made this? Does it say anywhere? Is there no, like, you know, like, nowhere? It doesn't say anywhere who made that. I want to know who made that, because they're a fucking god among men.
And almost immediately, and as this is happening, Trump is attacking Ron DeSantis with multiple videos. He's also sharing his 2024 campaign announcement with the crowd cheering, probably to juxtapose his successful launch, which was arguable, with DeSantis' objectively bad launch. And on top of that, Trump shared this post in response.
I mean, honestly, like, Trump's announcement was kind of cringy and kind of lame still, but it at least was better than this, because at least the crowd was cheering him for like the first like 30 minutes. But hey, or goddess, quit assuming they're gender. I'm sorry. I mean, I just kind of assumed that God could also imply goddess as well. You know what? That was just I was assuming, and yeah, my apologies. I've been canceled, and I need to rectify my cancellation so I can be uncanceled, and I am doing that right now because I do apologize. It could be a goddess. It could be a mighty goddess queen. Cis white mansplainer. I am sorry. I'm a cis white mansplainer. At least I ain't, straight. So, at least, I got something.
to DeSantis's announcement, and I'm sorry, even though I hate Donald Trump, this was objectively hilarious. Quality shitposting, my friends. Quality shitposting.
Oh, Trump. I don't know who made that, for you to post, but magnifique.
Now, to make matters worse for DeSantis, if you look at the headlines, none of them were talking about the excitement or his comeback plan or any policies. Rather, they were mostly reporting on how disastrous his announcement was. Now, with that being said, Ron DeSantis ultimately posted a video, his first campaign ad, on Twitter, which he probably just should have done to begin with, rather than holding this live space. But after watching this, I honestly don't know who this man is supposed to appeal to. Like, I get that he appeals to tradcons because of the attack on woke bullshit, but he has negative charisma, and he chose perhaps the only person on the planet with less charisma than him to help him with this announcement. I'm, of course, talking about Elon Musk, but let's watch and then we'll discuss.
Our border is a disaster. Crime infests our cities. The federal government makes it harder for families to make ends meet, and the president flounders. But decline is a choice. So
Oh my god! This is like the cheesiest fucking ad I think I've goddamn seen, dude. This is cheesy as fuck. The little TikTok fucking orchestral it's like, oh my fucking god, bro. You got that shit. You got this fucking him just trying to be some wannabe macho, fucking walking, with the camera on his back, to the America flag, which is in reverse. Oh my fucking god, bro. Oh my god, dude, the cheesiness of this is impeccable. Oh my god, the cheese level of this is gonna, make me lactose intolerant somehow.
is attainable, and freedom is worth fighting for. Righting the ship requires restoring...
Oh my god! The profile shot, though. It's just need that profile shot. It's bruh. Oh my fucking god. This is cringe.
to our society, normalcy to our communities, and integrity to our institutions.
Dude, what is this music, though? Dude, why? Dude, the only thing that is making this trying to sound badass is literally the music. That is the only thing going for this fucking ad. It's literally just using fucking, hardcore, dramatic, fucking, drama, movie soundtrack trope shit, basically. It's just it's that weird shit. It's oh my god, the cliches, dude. It's just so fucking cliche.
Truth must be our...
Oh my god, and then it just bloop, and then it got the schlubby fucking Puddin' Figures Meatball Ron, dude. Oh my god.
And common sense can no longer be an uncommon virtue.
Uncommon sense can no longer be an uncommon virtue. Oh my god, dude. Shut the fuck up. Get the hell out of here, you weird schlub.
We proved that it can be done. We chose facts over fear, education over indoctrination.
I know, it's so lame to hear this epic music and then see this retarded fucking schlubback fascist piece of wormback shit, dude. This unironic fucking Nazi. It's this epic music, and then you got this little fuck, dude. It's oh my god. It underwhelms the intensity of the music. Like, I mean, like, if, like, some fucking, like, metalhead, like, you know, like, band member or some shit in, like, the most goofiest of fucking, like, outfits and shit, which I have most certainly have seen, like, they would be more masculine and more epic and intense that music would fit with than this motherfucker. Like, I mean, like, you fucking Thomas Winkler being Angus McSix, like, and shit. Like, okay, you know what? Hold up. Hold the fuck up. I'm not even kidding. Hold up. We're gonna go back a little bit so we can kind of get some of this music, and then we're just gonna look at the thumbnail of this right here. We're just gonna look at this thumbnail of this absurd, comical as fuck looking outfit, to be frank. I mean, all things considered, with that ungodly fucking sword of ridiculousness. But let's go back a little bit just for wait, okay, way too far. But here, let's just do this with the music and just look at this.
Truth must be our foundation, and common sense.
Oh my god, he's louder than the music. It makes this hard to fucking okay, really try to focus in on the music on this one.
Longer be an uncommon virtue.
Wait, hold on. Let me just go, okay, just a little further back when it was a little louder. Because it was, yeah, right around here.
Success is attainable, and freedom is worth fighting for. Righting the ship requires restoring sanity to our society, normalcy to our communities, and integrity to our institutions. Truth must be...
Dude, the music sounds way better with this fucking, like, still frame of fucking Thomas Winkler looking like this, with his fucking outfit. Way more, like, that looks more badass than fucking Ron spewing his bullshit. Like, I mean, it's kind of hard to, you know, hearing his dumbass voice over it, but, I mean, dead ass. The music fits with this way better than his ass. And that's just a still frame. That's a picture. You know, in his mind, he thinks he's fucking Braveheart. Dude, I mean, for real, dude. He thinks he's like fucking Braveheart being like, freedom! Because he's always boasting about it. It's like, the freedom of America, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, freedom to be a Nazi fucking prickback piece of shit and a Christo nationalist. Yeah, sure. But yeah, guess what? That, you know, freedom, you know, like, should be trumped over, you know, like, that should be trumped. Like, unironically. My freedoms trump that fucking freedom for you, bitch. How about that? The freedom of society to exist and prosper and shit trumps your freedom to be a Christian nationalist fascist piece of pig dog fucking shit. How about that, DeSantis? How about that for fucking freedom, motherfucker?
Foundation. And common sense can no longer be an uncommon virtue. In Florida, we proved that it can be done. We chose facts over fear, education over...
Basically, fear over facts.
Indoctrination.
Indoctrination over education. Literally flip these around and it would be accurate.
And order over rioting and disorder.
Rioting and disorder. Well, guess what? There's not really a lot of rioting in Florida, to be fair, but guess what? There's a lot of disorder. I mean, there's a shitload of disorder in Florida. So, what the fuck you talking about, you fascist pig dog motherfucker?
The line when freedom hung in the balance. We showed that we can and must revitalize America. We need the courage to lead and the strength to win.
Okay, hold on. You know what? With this music going on right here, it's building up.
Over fear, education over...
Yeah, how many gators have been raped there again? Yeah, probably a lot.
Indoctrination.
Here, you know what? As the music builds up, let's look at this again, just to prove the point.
When freedom hung in the balance. We showed that we can and must revitalize America. We need the courage to lead and the strength to win. I'm Ron DeSantis.
Dude, this music fits better with this fucking still frame of fucking Angus McSix, dude. Like, ironically, it does. It just straight fucking does.
President to lead.
Like, I mean, get the fuck out of here, Ron. Like, let a fucking, like, fantasy, goofy, fucking metalhead, you know, take over this fucking music, bitch. They would make it more better than your ass would.
American comeback.
Listen, I'm not the target demographic for that ad, but even by other Republican standards, that was just boring.
And cringy as fuck. Like, the only thing that was making it not boring was the music, and, like, even then, that, like, wasn't making it impactful at all. It just made it more ridiculous.
Boring. And I'm sorry, but Ron DeSantis, he, as somebody with an annoying nasally voice myself, not necessarily nasally, but I don't have, like, the best voice. Objective.
Okay, you know what? Hey, Mike, hey, don't beat yourself up. Your voice is okay. I mean, I will admit, it is kind of like, you know, when I first, like, saw you without the beard, it kind of fit, but with the beard, I was just like, whoa, bro. Like, yo. Because, I mean, I will admit, the beard and those tats and everything, yeah, I mean, the voice is like, oh shit, son. But, you know what? It fits. I literally could not see Mike Figueredo any other way if his voice is like, hey, bro, what's up? Okay, like, if he had, like, some masculine, like, dark, fucking, like, deep voice or some shit, like, I'd just be like, what the fuck? Like, I just could not see Mike any other way without his voice. I had to get used to Mike's voice. I was like, why does this guy sound so sad? You know what? I mean, to be fair, it's kind of true. Like, there's a lot of times where, like, he's kind of, like, you know, just doing commentary. And he's not really being, like, sad or upset or anything. He's not really necessarily expressing hardcore emotion, but, like, yeah, he does kind of sound sad sometimes. I mean, yeah, like, honestly, yeah, I will admit, yeah, he kind of does sound like that sometimes.
Right? It's facts. But, like, as somebody with a bad voice, you need to know your strengths and your weaknesses. And DeSantis should not have narrated his own ad. He should have hired a narrator, right? Because what you were saying, like, even if he were talking about this in a substantive way...
I want to play violin music. Yeah, the smallest violin. Yep.
Sitting there with this nasally fucking voice, it's just a turnoff. So look, he is launching with a huge deficit to make up between him and Donald Trump. And there were some moments after the 2022 election when he was...
I mean, this shit was like a fucking Tsar Bomba, dude. You know what? Because I did say that, you know, just because, you know, like, we kind of know what Mike's going to say at this point. But, because I did say that there is something that tangentially, you know, we want to, you know, get into, you know, later. But there is, you know, for the same person, Dima Mama, where she looked at some of the DeSantis shit. And I'm going to have to try to find out where the fuck that is. Way the fuck back here and shit. So, let me try to find it. Oh, wait, okay, the hat came up. I know that part. She reacted... Okay, I think it's around here, I think? Where the fuck would it be specifically? Oh my god, I hate how this is, like, so long. Is it around here?
Over fucking...
Nope. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna goddamn fucking find it. It is within this little, cozy hour section. I know that much. I shall find it. Oh my god. Oh my god, it is really fucking hard. Holy ballsack. Damn this fucking absurd long ass stream. It makes it harder for me to, like, you know, skim around. Even with the goddamn chapters in here. Ah! Bullshit. What the fuck are you doing in there? Fucking goof. Goofy ass little dog. Man.
In the public.
Oh my god. Am I somehow not gonna be able to fucking find it? It's literally within a section, but my god. Apparently I have no ability to be able to find it. Boo. Alright. There's gonna be a certain point where I'm just gonna literally give up if I can't fucking find it. Is it around here?
We'll have, well, we got Disney World.
Okay, alright, you know what? Okay, I remember this, but alright, alright, I'm close. I am close. I did find it. I'm close enough. Now I just need to, like, go back and see where specifically.
Things were
Oh, that's why I can't find it. She never pulled the screen up or anything. She was just literally listening to us. We just see her. Okay.
I'm a blue collar kid.
I'm a blue collar kid. Okay, you know what? We found it. We found it. All right. It's all right. We found it. We found it. It is around here.
I click it.
All right.
Join this space.
All right. We found it. We found it. All right. This is it. All right. I finally found it.
Can't join.
Like, she literally couldn't even join initially.
Oh,
Looking dead in its tracks in K through 12. And just last week, you eliminated the DEI bureaucracy in all of Florida's public universities. They'll be shut down completely. And I think what you've done is established a blueprint for fighting back against the left's long march of the institutions and making sure that those institutions reflect the value of Florida voters, not left-wing activists and the partisan press. So my question for you is...
Left-wing activists are partisan press. I love it, dude.
DC is another animal. It's quite different, the scale of the federal government. And how are you going to deliver results? And what is your culture war strategy facing down the swamp in DC?
Well, some of
that's Trump's thing.
Similar in this respect.
Yeah, like, I mean, the idea of draining the swamp is literally Trump's thing. Fuck you, bitch.
When we're taking on things like DEI, you get blowback from legacy media.
We get blowback.
On the left. But that's an example of an issue where they are out of
Dude, Demo has actually a pretty good meatball voice.
step with the vast majority of Americans. It's not just Republicans. It's independents and a lot of Democrats. You're a parent and you've got kids. You want to know when they apply to college, they're going to be judged based on their merit. And they're not going to be...
They're going to be judged based off their merit. Yeah. Yeah, it's like when you go to college, it's like, yeah, my son's based on the merit. I'm like, I mean, when fucking, like, the mama does the meatball impersonation for fucking DeSantis, I just immediately really do think of fucking meatball. Oh my god.
Kill in some type of woke Olympics where they...
Oh my god! Oh man, dude, the woke Olympics though. Oh my fucking god. Oh man, dude. Dude, I told you, dude, this shit is a fucking disaster. This is why I was trying to find this so bad. Like, because this shit is fucking some top tier cringe. Like, literally, like Ron DeSantis in his presidential announcement speech or Twitter Space Town Hall. I don't even know what the fuck it was supposed to be. Like, he literally talked about the woke Olympics, dude. The woke Olympics. Like, oh my god. Bro. It's like what?
And so they're denied opportunity. They want to make sure that achievement matters. And so we get a lot of quiet support for a lot of those things. And so I think what I do, just because, look, I'm a blue-collar kid. I grew up in the Tampa Bay area working minimum wage.
Yeah, Ron DeSantis. I'm blue-collar kid. I'm telling you what, even though he literally isn't. Oh my god. Dude, he can't even, like, you know, try to pretend to be a fucking blue-collar kid. Like, I mean, bitch, please.
Red collar, actually. My grandfather worked in the steel mill in western Pennsylvania.
I'm at the red collar because I got meatball sauce all over my collar.
I I just know instinctively kind of what like normal people think about all this stuff, and I have a good sense of when the legacy media and the left are outside of where the average American is, because people want you to be using common sense. And things like DEI, I mean, when I was growing up...
bigoted, transphobic, and overt fascism, that was common sense, that's all a lot.
Things were better, because people were actually told you should try to get along. Now, they're told you need to segregate, and it's just crazy that they're trying to do all this stuff. So by eliminating that, there's a lot of people that were really happy about that, including people that certainly are not traditional Republicans. And I think there's similar issues when you do in the federal level. It's also the case that there are some tools at the federal level that we don't necessarily have at the state level. For example, some of the problems with the university and the ideological capture, that didn't happen by accident, can trace back all the way to the accreditation cartels.
Okay, all right, enough.
Well, guess what?
Enough.
Dude, whose mom's name is Karen. Wait. Are you unironically, like, serious? Is his mom actually named Karen? Oh my god, bro. If that doesn't fit. Oh. You know what? Hold on. He was married in Disney, by the way. Like, he got married at a Disney resort. Like, straight up. Like, wait, is his wife really named Karen? Wait, did you say mom? Or wife? Oh, mom. Wait, is this... Wait, hold on. No, wait, what? According to Wiki? Oh my god, literally everything is pointing me to everything but the Wikipedia. Oh, alright, here's Wikipedia. Jesus Christ, that was a weird ass burp. Yeah, where the fuck would it be? Born, okay. He's 44 years old, what the fuck? Okay, early life. His mother's family name Rogers was Ruggiero and Suspect. Where does it say it? Wait. Oh, I literally just saw it somewhere. Where the fuck was it? I could swear I just fuck us up. Where would it go? God damn it. Sam's mother worked as a nurse, and his father installed Nielsen TV rating boxes. Oh, okay, I think I saw that. But, like, that doesn't say what the fuck your name is. Early life and education. Well, that's where I'm at. I'm literally, that's... Oh, wait. Son of Karen DeSantis and Ronald Daniel DeSantis. Okay, I found it. Karen DeSantis. Bruh. Bro. Oh my lord.
Boring as shit. Do you see what I was saying? Do you see what I was fucking saying? This is boring as absolute sin. It's not even televised. He's not even on video. He's announcing his presidency over fucking Twitter space audio that you can't even get into. What a stupid moron.
Because he is a fucking moron.
Even the ancient old man Joe Biden. Hey, this link works because nobody can get in. To help re-elect Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Let's finish the job.
Oh my fucking god. Are you kidding me? That is literally the goddamn fucking motto. Let's finish the job. What job? You barely did a fucking job, you piece of fuck. Like, what are you talking about? Let's finish the job. What? Finish what? Finish fucking what, you worthless, retarded fucking faggot piece of shit? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what? Fuck you. Like, finish what job? Oh, job of exploiting motherfuckers like me? Exploiting the unions like the railroad workers and shit? God forbid, the fucking Writers Guild. If you fucking, put your fucking poisonous ass fingers in that shit, you pissant. Like, fuck off. Like, finishing the job. Give me a break.
Man, you know it's bad when fucking Joe Biden the Lich is fucking beating you out.
Yeah, it says this, Nee Rogers besides... Yeah, I don't know what that means, but whatever.
Jesus Christ. The man is he is just a... I've said this. You guys who watch me regularly know. I've been saying this shit since the moment that Ron DeSantis started to go up against Donald Trump, that I was saying the man is a loser at heart, that there is no shot that he will beat Donald Trump. There is no shot. There is literally, actually, sorry, I must make a correction. There is precisely one shot that Ron DeSantis has at beating Donald Trump, and that is if both Joe Biden and Donald Trump keel over.
Yeah, literally, basically. That's the only way at this point Ron DeSantis is able to get a W. Is if that Biden and Trump basically somehow, mysteriously just like die. Like, just keel over. I mean, that's pretty much just what happens. That's the only way DeSantis might have a W at this point. And you know what? Like, honestly, if like those two mysteriously randomly croaked, in a very short, time span of each other, I even if it is conspiratorial, I mean, unironically, I would believe that DeSantis had a significant and direct role in making sure that they keeled over. Like, unironically. Like, I would think that is basically on the Epstein level of, like, yeah, he did it. Yeah, just straight up. Like, I mean, I would just think that. I would think DeSantis, was, a direct player in that shit. I mean, would it be all that mysterious? I mean, yeah, not really, I guess. That's why I say it would be kind of, at least, for me personally, an Epstein level. Because, like, it would be like, duh. Like, if it was around the same time, maybe, but if they're both old fucks. Yeah, they're both old fucks, so, I mean, it wouldn't necessarily, be odd for them to die around the same time and shit, but, hey, you know what? Like I said, I'd believe it.
That's it. That's the literal only way. There is no other chance. This stupid idiot sitting in here fucking, barfing into a microphone. Blah, 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 blah. Woke this, woke that. Oh my god, hold on. Can I show you guys something?
I was gonna make a Hitman joke, but I don't blame you.
Can I show you guys an actual fucking Ron DeSantis hat? Like, I'm not kidding you. I saw this the other day and I didn't believe it was real, but it's actually unironically real. Hold on. I need to show this to you.
Do it.
This is a real Ron DeSantis campaign hat.
DeSantis 2024, Make America Florida. Make America a fascist, backwater, alligator-raping shithole. A meth-addled, literally meth in the water, fascist, backwater, literally raping alligators shithole. Make America that. Make America that shit. Like, that is DeSantis' fucking quote. It's not... he literally is stealing Trump's Make America Great Again thing, but making it, Make America Florida. Like, I mean, he's just literally making it, like some weird Florida trope bullshit. Which, yeah, like, do I want America to literally be like an alligator raping fucking meth in the water addled fucking crazy shithole? I mean, it partly already is like that anyway. Minus alligator raping, that's more specific to Florida. But, like, I mean, do I really want the rest of America to, like, go all the way with that? No, I don't. So, like, Like, my god, dude. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, great.
2024.
What a hat.
America.
Yeah, and also the hurricanes. Yeah, let me have hurricanes to the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, that's great. Woo! Hurricanes in the PNW.
Reverse, backwards, supposed to be an F, but it's the state of Florida. Make America Florida.
Which also, like, cringe. Gay and cringe. Like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, seriously? Like, you're making the F the state of Florida as its outline, but it doesn't even look like an F.
How? like how fucking stupid?
Oh my god, this dog just opened the door. You just opened a door all by yourself. What the fuck? You fucking freak.
How bad do you have? How much of a loser do you have to be? This is like literally more of a loser. I don't know a single candidate, not even third-party candidates, that are this stupid.
No shit. Like, I mean, to be frank, unironically, this is probably the worst presidential, like, announcement campaign I think I've ever seen in my life. Like, dead ass. Oh, wait, I don't even know why I'm doing that. But, because, like, oh shit, oh, whoa, hey, it's Nikki. And we know Nikki. Yeah, Nikki's on, you know, from DFF. Wait, what the fuck? She watches Demon Mama too? Oh, you know, I'm not surprised. Of course Nikki fucking watches Demon Mama. Yo, what's up, Nikki? Yo, shit. Yo, what's up? Didn't know you were fucking watching some Demon Mama, though I'm not surprised. Here, I'm just gonna do this real quick, just so I can, yeah, I want to click that, because that's the next thing I want to check out. We'll just, okay, I'm sorry, I'm not even gonna lie, her shirt, Demon Mom's shirt, that's a fit. That's a fit right there. That's like a fucking badass shirt, honestly. It's honestly more badass and like a lot more fucking like poppin' than fucking DeSantis' announcement campaign. I mean, that much is for sure. Like a literal shirt has more like pop than fucking like DeSantis' announcement campaign. Like, I mean, like, my god, dude. Just, I mean, it was just pathetic. I just love how he knows this audience is so dumb that he can't just simply show the state without the word spelled out. Leave it to space to not be able to recognize the shape of the state they live in. I mean, no, for real, dude. Like, make America Florida. By the way, the F, because I assume that you're at least educated enough to understand what the F is. You know, so here, I assume you're not educated enough to know what the state of Florida looks like, so here's Florida. Like, I mean, my god, dude. Like, what an ignoramus. And speaking of ignoramuses, we're going to get into another one here in a sec, but, you know, we'll at least have a quick little respite. Jesus Christ. He emptied both of those bowls. You just, like, destroyed both of those fucking food bowls. Well, water and food bowl. The fucking little goof. Little street baby. And because we're also starting ribs as well, like, hey, check this shit out. Made directly by me. I got some amazing ass fucking ribs right here that I kind of started consuming, but I haven't finished yet because, like, goddamn. Like, it's because it's Memorial Weekend, where it's gonna, you know, coming up to that. This is the first day we started doing ribs and shit. And oh my god, my diet is gonna consist of that shit for like at least a week or more. Cause holy shit, especially when I'm making that shit. Oh hell yeah! Like, I mean, I make ribs fire as fuck. Don't I? We don't have, like, you know, a charcoal barbecue anymore. Unfortunately, we don't have a charcoal grill. We use a propane grill now, which I will admit, for me personally, I think kind of sucks. Because I personally prefer charcoal because I would actually grab like the maple flavored charcoal or like some other like, you know, like smoky charcoal, you know, like, you know, that would actually kind of add like an extra flavor, you know, to the meat and shit. And I would always get compliments on how I'd be like the best at making that shit. And they switched it up a little bit, and it's a little bullshit. It's still fucking fire as fuck, I'm just gonna say. Like, those ribs, fucking amazing. But it's not the exact same way that, you know, I would want them done, you know. And, you know, Hank Hill would be very upset about, you know, how I do it, but I don't care. Because, honestly, it's a good way to do it. We had a barbecue Joe earlier, and yes, it was fire. Oof. Oof. I bet it was. In fact, you know, I just might, like, honestly, all those ribs might just be gone by the time I'm done with the evening. Piss someone off. Yeah, dude, that's how Hank Hill would fucking look at me. He'd be like, I will politely and firmly ask you to leave, goddammit, before I kick your ass. And that's the fucking look he would give me. What the fuck, you savage little bastard? Quit assaulting the bulls. You don't need to assault the bulls. Like, oh my lord.
My lovely, lovely imps. There's been a whole flurry of news. As many of you in my audience will know, we are just a few days away from the beginning of Pride Month. Yes, that's right. I am very gay. I am also trans. This channel is full of gay and trans people, and we love that. And obviously, Pride Month is a big month for this community.
Mega gay. Because a lot of gay going on over here, too, by the way.
1 month a year. Where we get to...
Imagine gaming to barbecue, but you saw food being cooked on a Foreman grill. Oh my lord. You would have a conniption fit. You would literally have a conniption fit.
Support from the general population at large in the midst of an incredibly, incredibly aggressive culture war...
Pride month, same as my birthday. Well, hey, nice.
Against gay and trans people. Anyway, Pride Month is pretty important.
But he needs a gay cake. I mean, I'm sure you can order one. Rainbow layer. Oh, dude. I mean, honestly, like... I mean, I hate how... I mean, in a weird way, I kind of hate how, like, you know, the rainbow is kind of, like, you know, so heavily tangential towards the LGBTQ. Not because, like, you know, of the idea of it being a pride flag. That's not it. It's because of, like, this weird, like, oh, a rainbow... gay. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with a rainbow? It's literally just like the visual light spectrum that we can see. That's literally what the fuck a rainbow is. I mean, it's like, what the fuck? I mean, like, it's just a light spectrum. So, I mean, like, what the fuck? Like, it's a little stupid. Like, I mean, honestly, all in all. Like, and also before, like, you know, the LGBT appropriated the whole pride flag or the rainbow flag, that actually technically used to be a Christian flag. So, like, because the whole idea of, like, you know, God and the covenant of the rainbow after the flood and all that bullshit, like, that was the whole idea initially. So, like... I mean, the whole rainbow idea or aesthetic isn't inherently a gay thing. The only reason why is because these days, you know, heavily implied with the LGBTQ, which, again, I have nothing against. I literally got no issue with it. In fact, honestly, I kind of like the whole broader progress flag where you got, like, the, POC and then the trans colors, you know, kind of like in that triangle shape with the, you know, pride flag, you know, kind of, you know, in the background a little bit. I kind of like that. I mean, that's kind of a cool design. At least for me, personally. But, like, you know, I mean, like, I just kind of find it a little stupid that, like, it's so... like, just the rainbow itself, like, the idea of, like, the rainbow, like, spectrum and, like, rainbow layers is so heavily just, like, nope, gay. It's like, not everything that is a rainbow is gay. Like, just straight up. Like, not everything that is a rainbow is. I mean, it's just, it's so fucking silly. Holy shit, bro. You are assaulting. Okay, you know, God damn it. Alright. Evidently, you need some food in the bowl and some water in that water bowl. Because you are assaulting these fucking bowls. Here's something weird. Did you know that red velvet cake is made with just red food coloring? But I swear the cake on its own tastes different from regular vanilla. Yeah, like, I'm sure, like, because the red velvet cake usually has things like, you know, raspberry flavoring and stuff like, it usually has, you know, like, something that's, like, red that's tangential with it. So, like, and I would assume, like, at least, like, raspberry or something. Leprechaun at the end of the rainbow. You found me! You may have my gold. No, it's gay! That gold is all gay, you fucking leprechaun Irish bastard, you fucking glimmer man! My god. I mean, dude, these fucking weirdos would literally think that too. I mean, they literally would. Here, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Yeah, speaking of releasing the rainbow. Goofball.
And
Oh my lord. Yeah. There you go. Boop.
So there's been some news lately, a lot of weird news about basically conservatives in America losing their minds over every example of gay or queer people being acknowledged or existing at all. I mean, we recently had the conservative meltdown, which, by the way, is still going on, because Bud Light sent a single commemorative, or a six-pack of commemorative cans to...
Oh yeah, the Domo Vani. Oh my god. You know what? Here, let me see if I still have a notification or two from it. Dude, I literally unironically triggered the fuck out of a bunch of conservatives over some shit like this. Like, I'm sure there's probably more that's been popped from it, but let me see if there is or not. If not, we'll keep going with this, but... Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like, let's see here. Yes, no, maybe so. It doesn't... Oh, I don't... Oh. I was hoping maybe so, but I guess not. Here, I'll do... Oh, wait. Yep. Found it. So there's this fucking comment. you know, Billy's been on a Bud Light. It's over this guy, Billy Ginger. He made a fucking funny video with him in shorts and these weird boots and whatever the fuck. Anyway, but like I literally said, still offended by a beer, Lamau, because goddamn conservatives are sensitive. Which is like hella deep. There I am. Yeah, 4 days ago. So, I literally fucking triggered the shit out of people, being like, still offended by a beard. Those idiots forgot their consumers were. It has nothing to do with politics, boy. It has to do with values. Which, guess what? Values has to do with politics, you fucking dipshit. Like, especially when it comes to things like that, even though it means fuck one. Your middle name must be Ant Ignar Ant Husky, which that's not how you spell ignorant, by the way, but yeah, whatever. And then you got this faggot being like, okay, groomer, which, yeah, says the actual fucking, like, you know, groomer who is probably, like, you know, at a church diddling kids as we speak. So, you know, or their daughter, or their cousin. I identify as unoffended. Like, I literally triggered the fuck. Oh my god, wow, this literal fucking faggot retard literally had to unironically, like, spell it out for everyone. I get it. Ignore ants, better known as ignorant. I'm retarded. I had to break it down for him just in case someone couldn't comprehend what you were saying. Oh my god. Yeah, the most, like, enigmatic fucking, like, code of a joke, dude. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, no one could ever understand that at all. Like, oh my god. Like, literally get keyholed, and I hope you die and drown. Like, in Minecraft. Go fuck yourself. Like, dude, that wasn't even there. Like last time I was, you know, checking shit out. So, yeah, there has been some updates. Like, oh my god, bro. Like, I have triggered conservatives immensely, and then you just got a bunch of retards just being like, laugh emoji. Not the Bud Light. Oh my god. Like, Jesus Christ. It's not hard to trigger a fucking conservative.
A social media
it literally
influencer
isn't.
who happened to be trans. Like, not like a super political social media influencer. Her name is Dylan Mulvaney, and conservatives have been melting down about it, and they've actually convinced themselves that, like, that Bud Light is over, like, that there will be no more Bud Light. I literally was watching a conservative earlier today go on an extended rant.
Bud Light will not go away. Like, it ain't going anywhere anytime soon.
How they killed Bud Light, and I want to just take a moment, just real quick. To show you the stock for Anheuser-Busch, okay? Cause, like, you know, here, let's just bring it up real quick, okay? Here's the stock chart, okay? And we can go to the 6 month, and as you can see, it's at a 6 month low. Well, not a 6 month low, but it's at a lower point in the last, you know, 2 or 3 months. The stock has gone down a little bit.
Which, if anything, it looks like, you know, they probably had a different advertisement campaign where their stocks got heavily boosted. And then it kind of went back and forth a little bit, probably due to some other campaigns and shit. And because of the whole Dylan Mulvaney thing, that's where the shit dropped. Like, I mean, though, where it dropped is about accordance, you know, to the same level as, like, the rest of their fucking numbers, you know, and shit.
But, if you go to the last year, you will actually notice...
Oh! Well, look at that. There's, like, even a major fucking bump within, like, in the last, like, 8+ months, and then, like, with the rest of the year. So, you know, fucking Bud Light was going down, or Anheuser-Busch overall was going down a little bit. And then, you know, god damn it, hold on. Because it's a little, oh, well, that would explain it. It's at 360p. Give me a 1080, bitch. Give me some 1080 shit. I want some of that quality. There we go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah, literally around November of 2022. That's when their shit, you know, bumped right the fuck up. It was around November of 2022. So, I don't know if they did some campaign or advertisement campaign or what, but evidently, you know, because they were dropping a little bit, they did some, you know, they did I'm assuming an advertisement campaign, you know, and it bumped them up, and did a few other campaigns and pushes, and that bumped them up even further there for a little bit, and then the whole deal of Mulvaney fiasco made him drop, you know, for a little bit there. But all things considered, like, they're doing Gucci. Like, everything comes to the numbers says like they're still up. Wait, what?
That they are quite high, like higher than they've been.
Hey, yo, what the fuck? Hey, what the fuck? Yo, hey, yo, get over here. Whoa, sit in your chair. Sit. Hey, oi. Sit in your chair. Sit in your chair. Go on. Like a little butt. The fuck was that about?
A number of years. So, conservatives have convinced themselves, because they had a public temper tantrum over 6 commemorative cans that were sent to a trans person, that they've had some kind of massive win, and that they've literally killed Bud Light as a beer. Of course they haven't. Well, another interesting thing has happened, which is this year Target announced that they were going to be stocking more Pride merch, and that they were also going to begin stocking some gender-affirming clothing, specifically.
Which, honestly, I mean, that's kind of good on Target, I suppose. But, I mean, if you really think about it, like, Target has been, like, slowly but surely kind of going out of business a little bit. And, this is kind of, like, their way of, like, oh, how do we try to, like, get our business back? Like, I mean, oh, I know. Let's, like, you know, do some rainbow capitalism. Like, this essentially is what, like, Target is doing here. Which, I mean, fine. I don't care. Like, I mean, if they want to have, like, some Pride merch or, like, you know, some pro-LGBTQ stuff, sure, whatever, fine, I don't give a fuck. Just, like, I mean, I just recognize, you know, what the hell's going on with it a little bit, and I think it's just Target trying to, you know, seek, you know, whatever last little bastion of relevance as a corporation it has before it totally goes completely bankrupt.
We're going to stock basic binders. For those of you who aren't familiar with what a binder is basically it's a top that is very tight, so that it basically will hide breast tissue if you have breast tissue. And this is very gender affirming for people who want to appear more masculine. Yeah, it's a breast tissue compressor. And really minor thing, the sports bras are already carried in Targets all over America. All kinds of, high support equipment is sold in Targets all across America. But this year they announced we're going to start carrying some basic binders for trans patrons out there to be able to have, you know, access to some gender-affirming clothing if they so desire it. And conservatives have had an absolute freakout over this. Like, I mean, a complete and utter freakout.
Which, like, I don't even, like, it's, like, I mean, this is just fucking stupid. Like, I mean, when it comes to, like, hormonal replacement therapy, I mean, it's like, that type of shit, you know, is just fine for cis people, but I guess apparently it's verboten for trans people. I mean, it's like another thing. Because if you think about it, like, when it comes to, like, you know, binary stuff she's talking about, like, there are people, you know, like men, for example, that have what's it called? I think a gynecoplasty or some shit like that. I might be butchering it, I mean, to be fair. But, like, I think that's what it's called, like, gynecoplasty or something like that. And, basically, that is essentially men who have, you know, to some extent, minor breast tissue going on. And thus, you know, kind of develop to a certain degree, well, well, breasts. You know, so it's like, I mean, you know, obviously there's a surgery, I think it's called gynecoplasty surgery, and, well, I mean, hence the name, and, that I might be butchering, and the idea is that, like, I mean, that it takes out a lot of that tissue, so, you know, men don't really have, you know, a sense of gender dysphoria for having, you know, breast tissue and shit when they don't, you know, feel comfortable with that. I mean, in another way, you know, at least if they may not be able to afford that type of shit, it could be things like this, where it can kind of, like, you know, suppress, you know, those type of things, and, you know, like, whoop, you know, kind of like press them up close to your chest and shit, where they're not really that visible anymore.
The degree that Target stores all across America are reporting bomb threats, shooting threats, and vandalism of their Pride, like, marketing materials. And I actually have a video of a conservative volunteered himself doing this, and I thought it was rather funny, so I thought we could watch it because, you know, it's kind of iconic, right? So let's watch this super based Chad-pilled conservative take out some Target merchandise. Ready? You got...
I mean, this is kind of the main thing I wanted to check out, because, like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Here we go.
There is no insert. There's nothing on it. So...
Whoa!
Oh, wow, what a fucking king, bro. Like, he punched a fucking rainbow. He punched a rainbow, and it didn't even move whatsoever. Wow, what a king. What a fucking Chad. What a goddamn fucking hero amongst men, dude.
My God! Fucking Godzilla over here!
Godzilla?
Shit, can we get a replay?
So...
Damn!
Damn, bro.
Oh no! He's taking it down! All the cardboard box!
Damn, bro.
Oh no!
It's disgusting.
Some random...
Yeah, literally that random lady, like, hold up.
It's disgusting.
What's up, man? What's wrong with you? That, like, that lady in her cart right there, you know, that just, like, it was there for, like, barely a nanosecond. Like, she's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what's up, man? What's wrong with you? Like, I mean, you're not winning hearts and minds, you fucking degenerate little bitch. Like, I mean, these fucking little Nazi little bitches, dude. Like, they really think that, like, oh, let's just destroy a bunch of random animate objects and shit because, oh, it's devil worship and evil because we're insecure about our own fucking sexuality because we want to guzzle a fucking she-dick. It's like, I mean, give me a fucking break. It's like, it's not my fault that, you know, you want to guzzle a girl dick and shit, or a fucking, like, you know, man vagina. It's like, you know, fucking cunt boy or whatever the fuck. It's like, it's not my fault that that's what you want, you fucking little degenerate little bitch. I want it too, but I got no fucking weird insecurity about it. Like, I mean, I think it's fine. Like, if that's what you want, go have at it, Hoss. I mean, 100%. That is your fucking freedom. But, like, shame and how fucking dare you, you know, think that, like, you know, the rest of society needs to adhere to your fucking insecurity, you fucking worm bag motherfucker. It's like, fuck you. Like, go deal with your shit on your own time. Like, I mean, just because, I mean, you're insecure about, you know, this fucking weird LGBT bullshit or whatever the fuck, doesn't mean that the rest of society has to, you know, have it, you know, be your problem. Like, fuck off. Like, if you know, queerness and shit is such, you know, a weird thing for you, go solve it on your own time. Go in a closet and figure it out yourself, you little pissant. Like, you shove us all in a closet, you know, just because it makes you comfortable. Why don't you go do it yourself?
Some random person says, what the fuck is wrong with you? Did you hear that? And then he goes, it's disgusting.
Devil worship.
It's devil worship, is what he says afterwards.
There is no insert.
And he's literally being like, oh yeah, I'm such a macho, bruh. Oh yeah. Like, I mean, he's literally walking like he has some fucking pain in his back, dude. Like, I mean, you ain't fucking alpha. You're a goddamn fucking bitch. You're a pussy. You're a fucking cunt. You're a cunt-ass little pussy. And I, you know, like, would barely give you the goddamn dignity to shove an anchor up your goddamn ass, bitch.
Nothing on it.
Yeah. So now, of course, this is a pretty funny and laughable and pathetic and embarrassing example of people,
and something that's just aggravating in general, honestly.
People freaking out about it. But I want to play you another clip real quick of I don't know if I can call her popular. She's the boss of a couple of popular people, but she has a relatively popular show. Candace Owens has been talking about this. So let's listen to what Candace Owens has to say about Target real quick.
What the fuck is she wearing? Like, what literal evil fucking, like, supervillain shit is she wearing, dude? Like, what the fuck? Like, she's wearing some shit that, like, I would see, like, a supervillain in, like, some Marvel's Avenger movie, like, would be wearing as a fit. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is, like, some Marvel's Avengers like supervillain, like, antagonist, like, level fucking fit. Like, what in the fuck?
About someone like Eric Carnell is that at least he's acknowledging that transgenderism is in fact satanic. It is a perversion of the truth. It is meant to harm people.
Fucking hiccups. I mean, and of course, like, in her mind, I mean, this is like, oh, being trans or being gay or, you know, basically literally being anything that isn't, you know, part of the Christian doctrine or the, you know, Nazistic Christian doctrine is, well, satanic in her mind. Which also could include, but is not limited to, you know, things that also might be Christian but might be a little progressive leaning or might be a little bit more liberal in nature.
Being trans is satanic now. Some of you will know that my channel name and the name I go by online is Demon Mama. And some of you who've been around for a long time will already know this story, but I got that name because when I started to question the teachings of the church, and I started to present more gender non-conforming. I hadn't fully come out as trans at this point, but I was, you know, more gender non-conforming. I had a family member who said that they believed I had been sent by Satan. They believed I was an agent of Satan sent to lead them astray. That was a very interesting experience to me, to have a family member go that far, all because I said, you know, I didn't think that they understood the Bible very well. I wasn't even arguing like atheism, and I had just begun sort of presenting a little bit more gender neutrally, and they freaked out that hard, and so it kind of stuck with me, this fact.
I mean, honestly, like, it makes me kind of realize how, in a way, that I'm kind of lucky. I wouldn't necessarily say privileged, but just, like, lucky in a sense that I never really got that hardcore of a fucking guilt trip about it. Do you mind? What the fuck was that about? Damn, bro. But, like, when it comes to, like, you know, like a family member, like, you know, going to you and be like, you are literally sent by Satan or some shit, like, that is, like, literally just straight fucking abuse. Like, just straight the fuck up. And, I mean, I you know, honestly, for me, I'm just lucky that I never got shit like that. But, you know, you wanna know what I did get, though? I got the, oh, where did I go wrong when it came to me coming out as bisexual to my mom. I got the, oh, I'm so sorry that you're agnostic atheist, let alone just an overt atheist when it came to my fucking grandparents. Like, you know, I've gotten some shit and some guilt trip, you know, trauma, you know, and some, you know, bullshit and abuse, you know, over the fact that, you know, I would have doubt or even overt, you know, rejection, you know, when it comes to Christianity or religion. And, you know, to a very mild degree, I still get that shit every now and then. I don't let it get to me anymore, but, like, I mean, that shit stuck with me and got to me for a while. And, I mean, to a certain extent, like, I just will never fucking talk about that with certain family members. Or at least, you know, not when it comes to my true-hearted convictions, you know, when it comes to my ideas. Because, like, honestly, like, because of shit like that. Because, like, I know all of a sudden I will suddenly become, like, an agent of Satan and, like, a demon and basically be seen as fucking evil, and the gossip of that fucking bullshit was spread amongst my fucking family, and the idea that I'm some sort of black sheep and some sort of fucking, like, evil sinner or some shit will just spread. And, like, I don't want, like, family members that I do actually have some rapport with, you know, to fucking, you know, think that, like, oh, well, fuck them now. You know, it's like, I mean, that would just be insane to me. Because that type of shit is fucking insane.
Oh, these people see that I'm a demon. I have had family members, since that time, I have had family members tell me that they believe that demons are trying to control my mind, which is why I'm transgender. They believe that I am helping demons win the war by being trans. So I like to believe that there is a lot of power, and I believe this strongly, that there is a lot of power that comes from embracing the horrible and stupid things that people say about you and wearing it like armor. So I began to identify very strongly with demonic imagery. But I'm an outlier, okay? Most queer people don't really do what I do. Most queer people don't have a split tongue and a bunch of piercings and get really into all the red and demonic imagery. I like that because that's...
I mean, I do too. I mean, you're not that much of a fucking outlier. I mean, I'm kind of been more into demonic imagery more, you know, than, like, you know, the whole, like, queer aspect of, you know, culture and shit, you know, broadly, you know, more so than anything, at least for me personally. Just mainly because, like, this whole idea that, like, you know, this whole guilt trip and this weird, like, you know, persecution and shit, like, I mean, I kind of, you know, also wear it on my sleeve. When it comes to, like, you know, like, especially when it comes to metal, I mean, especially, you know, being such a metalhead, that's why I love, you know, the countercultural, like, you know, push against, you know, the norm when it comes to, like, the status quo when it comes to metal. Like, and the counterculture that comes with that. Like, I mean, I identified with that way more so than the whole, like, queer culture, you know, initially. I mean, I identify with both now and intertwine with it, you know, and a lot of it, you know, at this point, to a certain degree, you know, at this rate. Mainly just because, like, I mean, both, you know, overlap in a lot of ways. I mean, because it's, you know, like, I mean, there's such a counterculture, you know, to when it comes to queer liberation, and also, you know, such a counterculture when it comes to, you know, metal as, you know, as subgenre, or as, you know, broadly as genre of music, because, like, the status quo, especially when it comes to traditional conservative, like, fascistic fucking Christians and shit, like, they are so utterly repulsed by that type of shit, and that's good. And to me, like, you know, that is, you know, more of, you know, an idea of enforcement and an idea of, like, you know, wanting to wear that type of shit on my sleeve. And that's honestly why I do. You know, it's like, you know, that's why, you know, especially I kind of want, like, some more, like, overtly, you know, gay type of, you know, clothing or aesthetic in a sense, you know, and shit, outside of, you know, how I normally portray myself. Because I got, like, a shitload of, like, you know, metal attire and fucking, like, you know, rednecky, you know, like, outdoorsy attire and shit and stuff like that, but not really so much of, like, the whole broader, like, you know, queer aspect of things. And that's honestly something I need to really, like, you know, embrace a lot more of myself, because, I mean, it is a part of me. And, you know, it's like, it's, you know, and all this other shit that I show about myself ain't just the only fucking thing. I mean, especially when it comes to Pride Month, I mean, you know, hell, I mean, maybe that'll at least, you know, for me, be a little bit of a change. You know, you might see at least, you know, not necessarily anything different, but, you know, maybe at least slightly ever so aesthetically, you know, some, you know, bits of changes here and there. Because, I mean, it's fucking needed, and in a lot of ways, you know, worth it. Because, like I said, I mean, wearing that type of shit with pride, being a fucking demon or an agent of Satan, you know, just because you happen to be gay or a metalhead or some shit like that, yeah, I like that. It's like, you know what, good. I am a fucking demon. I like being the idea of being an imp, or a fucking demon, or an agent of Satan. Because, you know what, at least this shit's fucking rocking and being a fucking, like, you know, like, party and shit going on down there. So, I'd rather be there than fucking cock-sucking a fucking god as a narcissistic fucking egotistical piece of shit. So, that's at least, you know, how I view it. But, I think I'll at least give myself some food, which I have right next to me is those fucking ribs. Those ribs I showed are going to be utterly destroyed. So, I think I'd at least call it good. A bit to do. You know, with a nice little wrap up with, you know, some confidence and some little bit of a boost of enforcement. But, anywho. Peace out. Of course, I should be back around for the next one, and might, you know, have my coffee stream a little early tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. So,